all sorts of monsters that use debuffs, especially taunts that made him take hits over and over. But now that I've got Purifying Aura, doesn't that mean I can just steamroll everything? Duong leaves, totally pumped, and decides to head back for some sleep. Meanwhile, outside, where the light shines on the high mountain peaks, a large crowd is gathered. Duong waves a greeting. Hey, Dong, you're here. Fuang Dong silently walks up to him. She speaks up. If everyone's here, then let's start forming teams. 5 people per team. Jia Tu speaks up. I'm going with Senior Wong Hao. I'm a defense-type beast tamer, which is a perfect match for his offense. The crowd chimes in. Yeah, I want to be on Senior Wong Hao's team too. Wong Hao smirks. Wow, you guys are really eager. He turns to Duong. Hey, martial arts champ. Looks like you're all by yourself. Can't find anyone to team up with? Another guy scoffs. And he calls himself the martial arts champ? With a rank that low, I'd rather go solo than team up with him. Yeah, I agree. Totally. Trash like him is just gonna drag us down. What good is he? Fuang Dong, fed up, declares, Duong, I'll team up with you. Someone yells angrily, Fuang Dong, are you out of your mind? Screw up the Black Rock Island trial and you'll end up dead. She says with total confidence. I trust Duong. The guy cuts in. And what good is trust? Right now, he can't even find a full team. He probably won't even be able to enter the trial. But then, footsteps approach from behind. Da Zhuang walks up to them. I'm willing to follow Brother Duong. Duong is surprised but happy to see him. It's you. Da Zhuang scratches his head, smiling. I can't believe we go to the same school. I don't have any crazy skills. I'm just good at taking a beating. I'll be your meat shield. I swear, I won't let a single fly get near you. He pleads earnestly. Can I please have a spot on the team? Duong grins and replies, Of course, man, no problem. Wong Hao is furious. Zhao Da Zhuang, are you seriously kissing up to this weakling? What's wrong with you? Are you possessed or something? Da Zhuang fires back. What's it to you? You dare disrespect my boss again, and I'll knock you out. Wong Hao clenches his fist. You're insane. Just wait till we're in the dungeon. You'll regret this. Da Zhuang turns and shouts, Monkey, get over here. Can't you see, brother? Duong needs people? Li Lei, startled by his name, replies, Okay. Da Zhuang continues, We still need one more person. Any takers? This is your last chance. Jia Cheng immediately refuses. If you wanna lead this useless punk to his death, don't drag us down with you. Jia Tu adds, No way, I'm not going. I just got a girlfriend, and I haven't even held her hand yet. Nearby, a figure with white hair fluttering in the wind approaches. It's Zhang Jiao. If no one else is willing to join, then I will. Da Zhuang is stunned. Holy crap, Jiao, are you serious? She raises an eyebrow. What's the matter? Am I not welcome? He quickly explains. No way. It's just that you've never teamed up with anyone before. This is just new. Wang Hao shouts over. Zhang Jiao, come join my team. I'll even make you our main attacker. Zhang Jiao looks at him with contempt. Are you even worthy? Don't think I didn't see what you pulled yesterday. You're a real piece of work. Wang Hao's face turns red with fury. De Zhuang clutches his stomach, laughing his ass off. I never thought I'd see the Ice Queen herself chew someone out. Hey, Brother Duong, with Jiao on our team, this trial is going to be a piece of cake. Duong finally speaks. I don't mind. Teaming up with anyone is the same to me. De Zhuang smacks his forehead. Oh right, I almost forgot. With your power level, we could probably just away from keyboard and still win. No problem at all. Zhang Jiao wonders to herself, I've never seen Zhao Dazhuang praise anyone like that. Is this Duong guy actually the real deal? Jia Tu says with disgust. How the hell did that punk end up on a team with the goddess Zhao? What right does he have? Jia Cheng agrees. I'm so jealous. I want to team up with the goddess Zhao too. Fuang Dong steps forward. All right, if the teams are set, I'll announce the objective for this trial. It's the Dark Skull King trial, whichever team can obtain it. He suddenly asked, what's this black obsidian stone? Dai Trang explained. It's an extremely rare stone that helps a beast tamer awaken an additional passive skill. He got excited. So what are we waiting for? Let's go. He looked worried. I'm worried Wang Hao and the Flying Ape Nation Guild will pull some crap. Besides, this trial is already super difficult. Duong patted his shoulder reassuringly. Don't worry, no one is going to stop me from getting that black obsidian stone. After that, the group stepped into the portal together. The scene shifts to the brutal trial on Black Rock Island. Duong's group had just teleported in. He thought, no one from the other teams. Looks like it was a random teleport. Fuang Dong was surprised as her spirit beast appeared. Is that a deer? Meanwhile, a different one materialized for Li Lei, the White Wolf King. An A-rank brown bear beast appeared for Dai Trang. Zhang Jiao turned to see her own spirit beast, a black tiger beast. The spirit beasts instantly appeared beside them. Duong turned to look at her. An S-rank black tiger. No cap, Zhang Jiao really is the strongest one here. He spoke up. With so many offensive-type beasts, we're lacking a tank. I guess I'll take the tank role then. Duong immediately summoned his beast, Dragon Turtle. Zhang Jiao was shocked. An SS rank. Duong, why'd you summon your strongest beast right off the bat? We need to conserve our energy out here. He turned and explained, this is actually my weakest beast. She was speechless. Alright, fine. A stronger beast might help us clear this faster anyway. Zhang Jiao thought to herself, looks like this Duong kid has some talent. I hope he doesn't let me down. Duong commanded, let's move. Dragon Turtle, you take the lead and clear a path. It immediately let out a fierce roar and charged forward. The Dragon Turtle quickly charged, ramming into the skeletons, its combat power steadily rising. Li Lei was stunned. Wait, how are those things dying when the Dragon Turtle isn't even attacking them? He spoke up to explain. It has a damage reflection ability. Fuang Dong exclaimed. That's insane. I feel like we could clear this entire outer layer of the dungeon just with him, Zhang Jiao scoffed. Did you come here just to be a spectator? She immediately commanded her own beast. Black Tiger Beast, let's go. Instantly, Zhang Jiao's beast shredded the skeleton monsters. Fuang Dong chimed in, and I'm here to buff everyone. Instantly, power from the deer flowed into the Dragon Turtle. It surged forward, taking down every enemy that stood in its way. Duong was stunned. It barely took a scratch. I never expected a support-type beast to be this effective. If I had one of those, grinding levels would be way easier. Suddenly, the ground beneath them started to tremble. He staggered, confused. What the hell is happening? She pointed. Look, there's a huge mob heading right for us. In front of them, a horde of skeleton beasts was charging at full speed. Duong and his beast exchanged a glance. Dragon Turtle. Attack. Someone rushed out laughing. You morons from the Dragon Nation actually think you can compete with us for the Black Obsidian Stone? Just do us a favor and get wiped out on. Dai Trang raged. Those bastards from the Flying Ape Nation. They deliberately kited these mobs over to mess with us. Fuang Dong said, that many skeleton warriors, and they all have the charge skill. With our current power level, we're gonna get wiped out instantly. Zhang Jiao yelled, get back. I'll handle this. She instantly summoned a thunder beast from her portal. Fuang Dong gasped. The electroshock magic king, the thunder serpent. Holy crap, that's Zhang Jiao's second beast. Li Lei was overjoyed. We're saved. The beast Zhang Jiao had summoned was a ferocious-looking serpent. It unleashed a massive blast of magic, wiping out the skeleton monsters. Duong observed, damn, I didn't think Wong Hao would get so triggered just by seeing her. Zhang Jiao is definitely strong, no doubt. But even she can't wipe out this many skeleton warriors on her own this quickly. He immediately activated his support skill, Ice Fog. Instantly, a freezing mist enveloped the entire area. In that instant, all the skeleton monsters were frozen solid, where they stood. Fuang Dong was confused. How did they all get frozen? Li Lei said with admiration. It must be a new skill from Jiao. She shook her head. It wasn't me. The freeze radius is at least 50 meters. I can't do that. Dai Trang pointed. Could it be a new skill from Duong? Only he would be this OP. Fuang Dong was astonished. Duong, you're only level 13. How the hell do you have a skill that broken? Duong scratched his head awkwardly. It was a special reward for being the martial arts champion. Everyone was floored. Zhang Jiao forced a smile. Bro, can you please act human for once? Dai Trang boasted. Brother Duong barely had to lift a finger. These monsters are nothing to him. Duong cut in seriously. Alright, enough trash talk. Let's finish off these mobs. Dai Trang roared. Got it. Brown bear beast, go bite him. Immediately, his bear beast charged ahead. It smashed through the layers of ice, tearing the enemies to shreds. Dai Trang put his hands on his hips smugly. See? All done. Duong waved them on. Let's go. Time for the middle floor. They moved on, entering a forest shrouded in a purple mist. Fuang Dong covered her mouth. Oh crap, it's the poison mist forest, he asked caringly. Did everyone bring? Got any gear or antidotes for this poison fog? Li Lei just shakes his head. Nah, man. Who the hell would have guessed we'd run into this crap? Suddenly, a bunch of footsteps rush up from behind. It's Wong Hao, looking smug as hell. Well, if it isn't my favorite classmates. Why are you guys stuck here? Da Zhuang snaps. Wong Hao, quit gloating and get the hell out of here. He scoffs. Not so fast. I'm guessing none of you brought any antidotes, right? So, here's the deal. You have Yangyang call me daddy just once, and I'll give each of you a chi pill. What do you say? Yangyang steps forward. So, you've got extra chi pills on you? Wong Hao backs away, on guard. What? You thinking about robbing me or something? Yangyang smirks. When someone delivers a gift right to my doorstep, it'd be rude not to accept, right? You seriously think I'd waste this opportunity? The guy explodes. You want to try me? Then come get it. This poison can't touch you, bro. Yangyang grins. You're the one who said it. He instantly summons his beast. Come on out, Fei. The beast materializes instantly. Zhang Jiao is floored. Holy crap, that's an SSS-rank beast, the myriad poison primordial moth. Fang Tong is stunned. Oh my god, didn't you already have an SS rank beast? How do you have an SSS rank 1 too? Li Lei is in total disbelief. An SSS rank. Am I hallucinating from the poison fog or something? Bro, just slap me. Hearing that, Dazhuang flexes his bicep. You got it. And then proceeds to absolutely wallop the guy. Dude, you actually hit me? Yangyang gives the order. Fei, go loot every single pill that loser has on him. Wong Hao screams in fury. You have no honor. 5 minutes later, Fei returns with a whole sack of loot in its mouth. He gives his beast an affectionate pat. Not bad, buddy. Then Yangyang calls out to the group. One for everyone. Da Zhuang throws a hand up, grinning. Thanks, Boss Yang. Yangyang gets up. Let's move. If Wong Hao's crew can get here, the other teams can't be far behind. Yangyang turns to his beast. Fei, clear a path. It immediately starts forging ahead with steady, powerful steps. Zhang Jiao turns to him, confused. Aren't you gonna take one? Yangyang explains. My beast and I both have a passive skill that makes us immune to all negative status effects. She's shocked. A times, second times, passive skill, asterisk. This Yangyang guy is even more cracked than I thought. Asterisk. Zhang Jiao's eyes narrow. Asterisk. This is getting interesting. Asterisk. And so, they push through the poison fog forest. Dazhuang sighs in relief. Finally, we're out. Even with the chi pills, man, that air was just toxic. Suddenly, a massive crash erupts up ahead. Fang Tong stares ahead, startled. What was that noise? Yangyang flies up to get a better look. It's those flying monkey guys from before. They're fighting a giant skeleton. Dazhuang cracks his knuckles. Perfect timing. Let me go teach those punks a lesson. Yangyang holds him back. Hold on, we don't need to all jump in. Just watch this. He quickly activates a skill, forming a magic orb. Soul paralysis. Instantly, the flying monkey crew cries out in agony. My head. One of the goons yells a warning. Boss, look out. On the other side, another ancient skeleton monster appears. A different henchman screams in terror. Boss, the flying monkeys yell. How did the boss just collapse like that? Seeing this, Dazhuang just bursts out laughing. Serves him right. The guy whips his head around, furious. Was that you? Yangyang just warns him. Bro, you should probably worry about what's behind you. The dude glances back and his face goes pale. Oh, crap. Yangyang turns to his team. Let's bounce. And they head off. They leave the sound of blood-curdling screams for help behind them as Yangyang's group moves deeper into Black Rock Island. He looks around, surprised. So, this is the boss area? Boss Yang, what's the plan? We're with you. Li Lei agrees. Yeah, man, whatever you say goes. Yangyang lays out the plan. First, let's scout the area and see how many mobs are around. Meet back here in a bit. Everyone nods seriously and replies in unison. Right. 20 minutes later, the group reassembles. Li Lei reports. The east is crawling with trash mobs, but there's a ton of them. Dazhuang adds on. The west has 2 elite-level enemies. Attacking from that side would be a major time sink. Zhang Jiao chimes in. The south is practically clear, though we should probably push in from there. Yangyang looks around. Where's Fang Tong? She's not back yet? Right on cue, she comes running up in a panic. Over here. Everyone, follow me, now. Our guys are fighting with the flying monkey crew. The team is pissed. Those damn flying monkeys. Boss Yang, this is our chance to jump in. He asks, what's the mob situation to the north? Fang Tong, wiping sweat from her brow, says, we already cleared them all out. Yangyang nods. All right, let's move. Outside, a chaotic battle is raging, with both sides locked in a deathmatch. Come on, boys, get 'em. Eat this, you filthy monkey. Dazhuang is confused. Why are these guys going at it right here? Yangyang walks up, probably fighting over who gets to enter the castle and take on the boss first. One of his team members adds, Boss Yang, our guys are losing ground. We should go help them. Yangyang sighs. You guys go on ahead. I've got something to take care of. I'll be right back. Da Zhuang jokes. Whenever Boss Yang grins like that, you know something bad's about to happen for someone else. And with that, he charged forward, shouting, "Eat this, you damn monkey." Then, Yangyang vanished, activating his stealth mode. A skeleton monster, decked out in armor and holding a sword, stood right in front of him. Yangyang's eyes lit up. He immediately used his scan skill. System, Dark Invasion activated. Enemy's strength and agility debuffed by 50%. Seeing this, Yangyang let out a cold smirk. Damn, you're strong. Even a level 30 Beastmaster might not be able to beat you, but today, you've met your match in me, Yangyang. He activated his skill, Annihilation, Aura of Purification. Instantly, Yangyang's beasts materialized, and he commanded them, "Go, take it down." Xingtian flew up and landed the first blow, dealing 10,000 damage. The Skeleton King roared in anger, its entire body radiating a murderous aura. Yangyang just laughed. Trying to call for backup? Yeah, that's not happening. He formed a dark orb in his hand and cast Soul Rip. A massive surge of darkness flooded the monster's body. Seizing the opening, Xingtian attacked again, landing another 13,000 damage. System notification. Level 20 Dark Skeleton. King has been defeated. Yangyang looked at the drop and sighed. Huh? I have to be level 20 to use this thing? He placed the stone in his palm. Well, guess I'll just store it for now. Suddenly, a loud noise from outside grabbed his attention. He instantly activated his stealth mode again. An excited group of people walked right in. Captain C is incredible. Those Longguo pigs will never suspect we snuck in here. Lucy said smugly. Of course. It took me forever to find this secret path. One of the goons looked around, confused. That's weird. That wasn't the Skeleton King supposed to be here? I don't see it anywhere. He scanned the area. Hold on, there are signs of a battle here. Don't tell me someone already beat us to it? Hearing that, one of them exploded. It has to be those Longguo scumbags. They dared to trick us. Lucy was furious. Let's go back and waste them. We're taking that dark obsidian stone back. Yangyang appeared out of nowhere. My, what big words you have. The guy smirked arrogantly. Well, look what we have here. He served himself up on a silver platter. If you know what's good for you, hand over the dark obsidian stone. Otherwise, the beasts we've got backing us up aren't just for show. Yangyang summoned his own. Let's see if you've actually got the skills to back that up. Someone in the group recognized them 3 SSS-RANK beasts. Am I seeing things? This kid's only level 13. Lucy immediately dropped to his knees. Bro, wait. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Our two countries go way back. We're like brothers. Please, don't attack. Yangyang nodded. You're right. It's just a trial, after all. We wouldn't want to jeopardize the friendly relations between our nations. The guy immediately started kowtowing. Thank you so much. But then, Yangyang's expression went dark. But, letting you off this easily seems a little too generous. Yangyang gestured with his hand. Go, take care of their beasts. Xingtian instantly charged into the enemy's formation. With a single strike, the low-level beasts were screaming in agony. Yangyang said proudly, "Enjoy the show, fellas." The man screamed in rage. "You little brat, I'll make you pay for this." Meanwhile, outside, the armies of both nations were at a standstill, not engaging in battle. Yangyang walked out, curious. A ceasefire? De Zhuang replied, "Yep, that's right. No idea what's gotten into that Fei Ho guy. He suddenly wants to call a truce. Super weird." Zhang Jiao asked with concern, "Yangyang, where did you just go?" He just gave a wry smile. "I'll tell you when we get outside." Yangyang's group headed for the teleportation gate. De Zhuang sidled up to him. "Bro, you're being super mysterious. Don't tell me you actually managed to get the dark obsidian stone?" He turned his head and grinned at Da Zhuang. Bingo. System notification. Congratulations. Trial complete. Outside, Su Han and Han Shi were watching nervously. One of them asked, "We called a ceasefire right at the gate. So how the hell did they clear the instance?" The other guy replied, "The ceasefire was just a diversion, dude. Captain C found a secret path straight into the castle. He's launching a sneak attack from the rear." Su Han started shaking uncontrollably. Han Si said slyly, "Your Highness Fei Hu, it's called all's fair in war. What a bunch of idiots." Yangyang walked up from behind them. "Honestly, I think you guys are the real idiots here." The man's face turned red with fury, veins bulging as he screamed, "What did you just say?" Yangyang said smugly, "I said, is your precious Captain C here with you?" It suddenly dawned on Han Shi. The instance is over. Why isn't Captain C back yet? De Zhuang was clutching his stomach, howling with laughter. Don't tell me your little sneak attack failed and he got offed by the Skeleton King instead? One of his men pointed out, Boss, by the time we called the ceasefire, the Longguo guys were already out. You think they pulled some kind of trick? Hearing that, the leader realized it made sense. It's entirely possible. What the hell did you Longguo bastards do to our Captain C? Yangyang just shrugged. I didn't lay a finger on them. Han Shi exploded. You're not gonna talk? Fine. I'll just beat you until you do. Then, he summoned a massive eagle and sent it charging straight at Yangyang. From behind, Fang Tong screamed in terror, Be careful! Yangyang's temper flared, and a murderous aura exploded from him. You're asking for death. He summoned his own beast, the Torch Dragon, to fight. It let out a mighty roar and unleashed a torrent of fire. The flames spread instantly, incinerating Han Shi's beast in a flash. Zhang Jiao was floored. Another SSS-RANK beast? Is this guy for real? Yangyang called out. If you're not convinced, feel free to attack me all at once. The guy was shaking but tried to act tough. You just wait. After that, everyone stepped into the teleportation circle. Dezhuang dropped to his knees in worship. Brother Yang, you are my god. Li Lei looked on, completely starstruck. Me too, Brother Yang. Let me ride your coattails. Fang Dong was exasperated. All right, you two, stop kissing his ass already. Let's get going. He led the way, telling everyone, let's go. In the distance, Wang Hao glared. Just you wait. Your easy life is about to come to an end. Yangyang's group teleported back to the school's assembly hall. Fang Dong spoke up. Yangyang, did you really take care of that Lei Lucy guy? He chuckled. How could I? I'm such a nice guy. The Zhuang grumbled to himself. Nice guy? If I hadn't seen you go on a total rampage, I might have actually believed that crap. Zhang Jiao spoke up. Why hasn't that Lei Lucy guy come out yet? With his skills, he should have been able to escape. He waved his hand dismissively. I didn't actually lay a hand on them. I just took care of their beasts. They were insulting the Dragon Kingdom, so I just gave them a little slap on the wrist. He exclaimed in surprise. Bro Yang, that move was seriously savage. Li Lei praised him. Well done. A beast tamer's entire fighting style relies on their beasts. Without them, they're nothing, she said with a serious tone. Still, Lei Lucy is a top prospect being cultivated by the Flying Ape Kingdom. After what you did to him, I doubt they'll just let this go. Yangyang said smugly. Well, let's see if they have the guts to try anything. Suddenly, Kong Ming strode in with a stern expression. Everyone immediately bowed their heads respectfully and said in unison, Greetings, Headmaster. He replied, I've reviewed the data transmitted from the trial monument and understand the situation. You all did very well. When Kong Ming mentioned him, a chill went down his spine, especially Yangyang. He felt a sense of dread. Oh crap. The headmaster saw everything that happened in the trial. Yangyang began. Headmaster, you really can't blame me for what happened with the Flying Ape Kingdom. They started it first, and it was a matter of the Dragon Kingdom's honor. I couldn't just pretend I didn't hear them. The headmaster said gently, It was a trivial matter. You don't need to be so tense. He was stunned after hearing that. A trivial matter? Kong Ming said, The Flying Ape Kingdom has always been arrogant. It's good to knock them down a peg this time. Yangyang said hesitantly. But I'm afraid the Flying Ape Kingdom won't let this go easily. The headmaster reassured him. I'll handle it. You can go home now, he replied. Yes, thank you, headmaster. Afterwards, Kong Ming watched Yangyang's retreating figure before leaving. A figure stepped out from the corner of the room and asked, So? Kong Ming smiled. This kid, being born in the Dragon Kingdom. It's truly a blessing for our nation, Ru Xie said gravely, but he's still too weak right now. He needs more training before he can shoulder the responsibilities of the future. The headmaster agreed. Understood. I'll ramp up the difficulty for him a bit. The grand and peaceful scene of the dungeon pavilion. Yangyang walked forward. So this is the school's grinding spot. It's pretty epic. While academies all over collect dungeon instances for students to grind and level up, Sky Dragon Academy is the top academy in the Dragon Kingdom. They must have some incredibly rare dungeons here. A crowd was bustling. LFG, need 2 more for the level 16 giant spider dungeon. 3 DPS, He walked over to a portal that was completely separate from the others. Information. Name, level 18 Treant dungeon. Monster level, 18. Everyone was shocked. Am I seeing things? Did that level 13 scrub just try to solo the level 18 Treant dungeon? You can tell he's a freshman, doesn't know his own limits. Just wait, he's gonna come running out with his tail between his legs. Yangyang paid them no mind and entered the Treant forest alone. The moment he stepped inside, he immediately summoned Xingtian to cut them down. With just a single strike, Xingtian wiped out a ton of monsters. Yangyang hopped onto the dragon turtle's head and ordered, Let's move. And just like that, everywhere he went, more beasts were annihilated. Suddenly, Yangyang's expression turned serious. It's here. His eyes lit up as he used his probe skill. Yangyang looked at the info panel and commented, "Not bad. The stats are barely passable." The long branches of the Trank King appeared. He realized its intention, trying to absorb power from the earth. Yangyang commanded, "Xingtian, sever its branches for me." Obeying the order, it unleashed a powerful slash. Then, more branches closed in on him. Yangyang scoffed. "Still got some fight left in you, huh? Soul paralysis." Instantly, a massive force enveloped the branches, and a scroll appeared, hovering in midair. He snatched it. "Let's see what loot you dropped." A skill upgrade scroll. It can level up a beast tamer's skill. Doesn't this mean I can summon my 5th beast now? The entire crowd was stunned when the system screen announced that Yangyang had successfully broken the dungeon record. Luzu's eyes widened in shock. Did I hear that right? He cleared it in 12 minutes? Qixing was just as curious. Who is this Yangyang guy? Is he really that strong? Sulan pointed towards Yangyang, his voice sharp. Holy crap, it's that level 13 kid. Immediately after, the curvaceous Sufei came running over, swaying her hips. Grab him. Don't let him get away. The group immediately surrounded him. Yangyang trembled in fear. What are you guys doing? The beautiful upperclassmen smiled as they all chimed in. Hey, handsome junior, got a girlfriend? A girlfriend? Even if you do, you wouldn't mind adding another one, right? I'm totally available. Duong just stared at the whole scene, completely speechless. What the hell is this? He just cheerfully waves and calls out, "Principal, what brings you here?" They all whip their heads around. What? Where is he? Jiangchu snaps, "We got tricked. That handsome guy got away." At the same time, Duong bolts from that insane place, ducking into the forest and panting for breath. Duong stops to take a breather, sighing exhaustedly. Dude, wasn't it just a record? Why is everyone freaking out so much? His hand lightly tosses out a new item as he says, "Check attributes." Instantly, the system screen pops up with all his detailed stats and power levels. He cracks a satisfied smile. Finally, I can summon a beast. Summon. A beautiful, swirling vortex of light appears in the air, illuminating the entire sky. His eyes practically sparkle with excitement as he says, "A golden light. What could this be? I can't wait to see." Suddenly, a booming voice echoes from the sky. Holy crap, he's getting flustered as hell. Whoa. A 3-legged toad? Check attributes. With stats this low, is this really an SSS rank beast? Wait a minute. It increases all of the beast's abilities by 120%, and it comes with damage reduction and healing too. Back on Blackrock Island, I was so jealous of Fang Tong's deer. I can't believe it. It's like the golden toad brought me a pillow the second I needed a nap. Even though its stats are low right now, as long as it keeps devouring monsters, its potential is limitless. You can already tell it's going to grow into an insanely powerful and terrifying boss later on. He is absolutely stoked. The scene changes to Duong's simple dorm room. On his desk, his phone is buzzing nonstop. Duong picks up the phone and answers seriously. "What's up, Sister Tong?" On the other end, Fang Tong opens with a sweet smile. "I heard you broke the Treant dungeon record." He quickly replies, a bit puzzled. "How'd you know?" She answers honestly. "The whole school is talking about it. After all, not many level 13 students can solo a level 18 team dungeon." Hearing Sister Tong's praise, he replies, overjoyed. "It was nothing, really. But breaking the record only got me 10 academy points. That's kinda lame." She quickly explains, "That's not lame at all. Academy points can be exchanged for high-level skill books, promotion scrolls, and other rare resources. And the ways to earn them are super limited. There are tons of people who graduate without even hitting 100 points. Duong is curious. "Oh, they're that useful? Thanks, Sister Tong. I guess I'll try to grind for points more seriously." The scene shifts to a clear blue sky with fluffy white clouds, looking so peaceful. Right now, at the ancient-looking insect hive cave, Duong casually glances around. Good, I'm still early. No one's here. Inside the Treant dungeon, he commands, "Golden Toad, Xingtian." Golden Toad, activate quelling powder. Immediately, the Golden Toad spits out a glowing energy. Duong shouts in excitement, "Holy crap, this skill works on me too? This is totally OP. Xingtian, when you go fight the mobs later, remember to leave one for the Golden Toad to eat so it can level up. Alright, let's move out." Time flies, and 8 minutes later, Duong and Xingtian are already standing before the Treant boss. He looks at the scene excitedly. "We're already at the end. The buff from the golden toad is insane. Xingtian suddenly leaps forward, and Duang frantically tries to stop it. Wait. We need to stall for time. We just need to beat yesterday's record by a little bit to get another reward. If you kill it too fast, it'll be harder to break the record next time. Hearing that, Xingtian starts attacking the treant boss more gently. Duang slaps a hand over his mouth, shocked. You don't have to be times gentle. The treant boss roars furiously at Xingtian. It quickly flies up and unleashes a barrage of attacks, sending tree branches flying everywhere. It pummels the treant boss until it's sprawled on the ground. Duang looks on awkwardly. Okay, that was a bit brutal. Let's not do that again next time. Time's up. Finish it. Xingtian decisively finishes off the treant boss. A number appears. 1,999. An announcement rings out. System. Congratulations on reaching level 14. Duang stares intently at the information. Beastmaster Duang has set a new record for the treant dungeon. Time, 10 minutes and 6 seconds. Record-breaking reward received, 1,000 Sky Dragon coins. 10 Academy points. Please, continue to strive for greatness. He laughs, totally psyched. This strategy is a goldmine. I'm about to be rich. In North City, a guy stares up with his jaw on the floor. Holy sh times T. What god-tier player broke their own record from yesterday? Wong Hao also exclaims, so strong. At the portal gate, Duang slowly appears, and a girl spots him immediately. He's out. Girls, look. He starts sweating as he looks at the crowd. Duang thinks to himself, oh, this is bad. Suddenly, a fresh spring breeze hits him, and he actually enjoys it for a second. The girls all rush towards him at once. Kongming yells angrily, all of you, stop right there. Duang's head is spinning from the girls' assault. Help, somebody save me. Seeing the commotion, he rushed over. Are you okay? Kongmin was seeing red. How dare these punks treat his prized prodigy like this? They have no restraint whatsoever. Duang calmly sat up. I'm fine, principal. What are you doing here? Hearing this, he started chewing him out. How can you say that with a straight face? The back-end data shows that, at the 8-minute mark, you stopped killing monsters. Don't think for a second I don't know you're using an exploit to farm credits. Duang, looking baffled, tried to explain. I read the rulebook for the Insecta Caves. It never said you couldn't do this. Kongmin was furious, but had no comeback. He thought to himself, no normal person could break a record that easily. This kid is an absolute monster. He snapped in frustration. It was allowed before, but not anymore. You keep resetting the record, raking in all the credits. Have you ever considered how the other students feel? Bokthon jumped in. Yeah, we don't have that kind of cracked ability, so there's no way we can allow an exploit like this to exist. Wong Hao also protested fiercely. That's right, it's completely broken. Kongmin declared forcefully. From now on, the record-breaking reward can only be claimed once per student, meaning you can set a new clear record on your second run, but you won't get any rewards for it. Duang sighed. Fine, have it your way. All right, I get it. You're just targeting me, right? With that settled, Kongmin turned to leave, calling out to him. Everyone, dismiss. Duang, you're with me. In the principal's office, Duang looked at Kongmin, confused. What's going on, principal? The principal began to explain. On the southern outskirts of the imperial capital, there's a cannibal ogre dungeon. It's a level 18 instance, and there's a level 18 calamity class monster guarding it. I want you to lead a team to eliminate that threat. Can you do it? He agreed without a moment's hesitation. Done. Kongmin was ecstatic. Excellent. I'll arrange 4 level 20 teammates to give you their full support. Duang coldly rejected his offer. Don't need 'em. I'll go solo. The principal slammed his desk and shot up in anger. Solo? Are you serious, you little brat? A calamity class monster is no joke. He calmly stated his position. Teaming up is a hassle. It's just easier to run it solo. Kongmin's voice suddenly turned serious. What are your chances of success? Duang smiled confidently and replied, 100%. Hearing this, the principal's face went dark with rage. Does this kid think the cannibal ogre dungeon is his own private backyard? Defeated, Kongmin waved his hand. Fine, have Li Vu take you there. Duang politely cupped his hands in farewell. This student takes his leave. Outside the southern gate of the imperial capital, Li Vu explained to Duang, this is the entrance to the cannibal ogre dungeon. Strange vortexes swirled in front of him. She began to explain in detail. Since this is an uncleared dungeon, we have no idea what's inside. You absolutely have to be careful. Duang replied coolly, got it. Suddenly, a voice cut through their conversation. Well, if it isn't Instructor Lai from Skydragon Academy. Trong Hyo Long, the genius beast tamer from Keelan Academy, sneered. So, where's the rest of your team for the cannibal ogre dungeon run? I don't see anyone else, the white-haired guy next to him jeered. What? Did they get scared off by the difficulty and not even show up? Duong looked them straight in the eye and replied, It's just me. Hugh Long got right in his face, completely dumbfounded. Am I seeing things? A level 14 noob? Listen up, kid, let me give you some friendly advice. This cannibal ogre dungeon is no joke. One wrong step and it'll eat you alive. Li Vu shot back, annoyed. Trong Hyo Long, that's enough. Hearing this, he just laughed smugly. Hey, I'm just giving him a friendly warning, that's all. Looks like Skydragon Academy's title as the #1 academy in the Dragon Country is about to change hands. Duong curiously asked Lai Vu. Miss Vu, what does he mean by that? She answered glumly. You just arrived, so you wouldn't know. Skydragon Academy and Qilin Academy have always had a fierce rivalry. In the official rankings, we've always been one step ahead of them, so they've never accepted it. On the surface, this dungeon run is about securing the dungeon for the nation, but in reality, it's a shadow war between our two academies to prove who's stronger. Duong immediately reassured her. I get it, don't worry, I'll definitely clear this dungeon before Qilin Academy does, and snag the first clear. Li Vu's eyes lit up with excitement. I believe in you, go for it. In the middle of a vast wasteland, a strange pillar of light illuminated the area. Duong slowly walked towards it. He stared intently at the destination ahead. That must be the objective. He quickly gave the command, summon beasts. Duong's beasts appeared one by one, lining up. He began issuing orders. Longjun and Dan, you'll go first and pull the mobs. Xing Tian, Zhu Long, you two are the main DPS. Jin Chan, you buff everyone and then clean up whatever's left. With a determined look, Duong stared straight ahead. Jin Chan began to gather its power. His beasts began their assault on the monsters ahead. Duong quickly commanded, Ice Fog. Immediately, a powerful force. He unleashes his power, and massive ice spikes erupt, trapping the monsters. Xingtian and Zhu Long dive in from both sides, finishing them off. Watching his EXP bar skyrocket, Duong grins. This is just the freaking outskirts of the ogre's territory, and the EXP is already this insane. The resources the principal hooked him up with are no joke. He glances at his screen. The EXP bar is already at 90%. Looks like all I need now is a boss kill. Let's go. Time to check it out. Duong heads inside the building. Inside, he finds a massive monster, fast asleep. He's like an ant next to this colossal beast, which is just peacefully snoozing away. Duong is stunned. Holy crap, that thing's huge. Even Xingtian would look like a little kid next to it. He activates his appraisal skill. The monster's stats pop up. Name, Ogre Giant. Rank, Royal Lord Grade A, Level 20. Constitution, 50,000. Strength, 20,000. Agility, 12,000. Spirit, 10,000. Passive skill, Blood Devour. Active skills, Bloody Onslaught. Stunning Gaze. After an attack, Blood Devour lets it absorb its own life force to boost its strength by 10%. Bloody Onslaught is a charge attack that slams the enemy, dealing a whopping 350% of its health as damage. Stunning Gaze forces the target into a state of panic for 5 seconds, and their follow-up actions are 30% less effective. Duong breaks into a sweat reading this. A 5-second fear effect on his beasts? That skill is absolutely broken. A beast in a state of fear can't attack at all. 5 seconds is more than enough time for this thing to wipe out any intruder. Good thing I just got that purification aura, or I'd be toast. He immediately unleashes his power, Soul Paralysis. A wave of Duong's power spreads through the room, slamming directly into the sleeping giant. The power is so immense it lights up the entire area. The giant clutches its head, writhing in pain. Duong shouts, Now's our chance. All of you, attack together. A ferocious roar echoes with immense power. Xingtian and Zhu Long coordinate, charging forward together. Xingtian smashes the giant head-on, while another one of his beasts launches a surprise attack from behind. There's a blinding flash of light, and the giant suddenly vanishes, leaving only a small, glowing object floating in the air. It's a strange, brilliantly glowing stone. Duong stares at it, confused. A boss that big dropped a single item? The boss is dead. He curiously reads the stone's description. Beast Ascension Crystal. It can be used to help a summoned beast ascend. Ascension drastically increases all stats and awakens a new skill. He grins slyly. An Ascension Crystal. Man, I was way too loud just now. Too bad there's only one. I've got 5 beasts. Who should I give this to? Suddenly, he looks up, confused, as the ground around him begins to shake violently. He realizes in horror, oh no, this is bad. A calamity is about to appear. A terrifying, giant goblin emerges with a deafening roar. Its stats pop up on his screen. Name, Ancient Ogre Calamity. Rank, Calamity Class, Level 20. Passive, Brain Scramble. Active skills, Blood Feast and Furious Assault. Constitution, 100,000. Strength, 50,000. Agility, 20,000. Spirit, 20,000. Furious Assault. The Ancient Ogre Calamity is naturally warlike. In combat, it enters a berserk state, massively boosting its movement speed and defense. It becomes even more ferocious. Blood Feast is when the Ancient Ogre Calamity throws its own deadly party. For a short period, it boosts its strength and lifesteal ability for 5 minutes. Its attacks become savage, with each hit guaranteed to deal damage equal to 1.5 times its strength. Duong stares in shock. Level 20 and, it's a Calamity class? Didn't the principal say this was just a normal level 18 Calamity? No cap, I think I'm actually about to get wiped here. The giant goblin towers over him, letting out a scream that freezes Duong in his tracks. Longui instantly appears to shield him. A single swing from the goblin sends Longui flying back, completely shattered. Its health bar is almost empty from that one hit. Duong cries out in terror. Longui. All the color drains from his face. To think a single hammer blow could shatter Longui's defense. Even though Longui is only an SS rank beast, he's the main tank of the team. If he goes down, the rest of the team stands no chance against this calamity. I've made my decision. It has to be him. He takes out the crystal and commands, Longui, ascend for me. A brilliant light envelops the beast. The light grows, becoming blindingly bright. A system notification pops up. Congratulations. Beast startup successful. The goblin menacingly raises its hammer and approaches Longui. It pauses, confused, seeing Longui's health bar is completely full again. Duong smirks. Hell yeah, this time, we can hold the line. He immediately commands his other beasts. Xingtian, Zhulong, support Longui. Zhulong quickly flies to Longui's side, and Xingtian joins the fray as well. Duong smiles, pulling up Longui's status screen. Let's see your stats after that upgrade. The screen displays name, Longui, rank, SS, level, 20, EXP, 36%, stars, 2, passive skill, Thorn Armor, level 1, rank 1, Steel Body, level 2, active, Taunt Skill, level 1, Spike Defense, 10,000 Strength, 10,000 Agility, 10,000 Spirit, 55,000 Vitality. Looking at the spiked armor, it reflects 30% of damage and reduces incoming damage by 15%. The Steel Dragon Turtle is naturally tanky, born with 10% physical damage immunity, and its taunt is a roar. It draws all enemies within a 40-meter radius to attack it, while also reducing their damage by 15%. Spiked Defense. The Dragon Turtle curls up, activating a defensive stance that adds another 30% damage reduction. Yangyang's jaw just dropped. Its 55,000 vitality just shot up several times over. He grinned ear to ear. It even got a new skill, Steel Body. No wonder it could tank a hit from a level 20 calamity. A quick calculation showed that if the Dragon Turtle activated all its skills, its total damage reduction would be a whopping 55%. Not bad. Now we can actually put up a fight. The Ogre Calamity launched a ferocious attack. The goblin frantically charged towards Xingtian, who swiftly dodged the brutal blow. Zhulong was also sizing up the goblin, ready to strike. Suddenly, Yangyang froze. Oh crap. He quickly made his move. Yang Bing! The goblin shot him a murderous glare. A blinding light shot towards it. Instantly, the goblin was frozen solid. Fei also let out a roar and blasted it with its power. Under the constant assault, the goblin started to weaken. It let out a furious, deafening scream. The goblin seemed to get stronger, unleashing a terrifying skill. Ogre Calamity. Activate Bloody Feast. Yangyang's jaw dropped in shock. Crap, I forgot this thing had a lifesteal skill. He immediately unleashed an attack, Soul Rend. Power shot from his hand straight towards the goblin. The goblin's roars grew even more powerful. Suddenly, it clutched its head in agony, as if being tortured. Xingtian stomped on the ground, bracing himself. It quickly leaped up and began its assault. It ambushed the goblin from behind. Just then, the goblin managed to turn around as a blinding light erupted. The light completely drained the goblin's power, minus 99,000. System notification. Xingtian activated the super destruction skill, completing the insta-kill. A bunch of equipment appeared in front of Yangyang as the screen displayed the loot. Obtained. Heart of the Ancient Ogre Calamity. Obtained. Great Sword of the Ancient Ogre Calamity. Rare. Obtained. Long Spear of the Ancient Ogre Calamity. Rare. Congratulations. You have leveled up to 16. Yangyang rested his chin on his hand, deep in thought. He muttered, "Man, that level up was a real grind. Good thing Xingtian activated super destruction. If not for that, who knows how long that fight would have taken. That old geezer of a principal. How could he screw up crucial information about the Calamity's level and rank? How do you even mess that up? When I get back, I'm definitely making that old man give me an explanation." Yangyang quickly used the teleportation gate to leave. Li Yu was surprised to see him appear. She asked worriedly, "Yangyang, how did you get out so fast? And you look like a mess. Don't tell me you failed?" "It's okay. That dungeon is seriously tough. The fact that you got out in one piece is already amazing." Yangyang bluntly cut her off. "No. I killed the Calamity." Li Yu looked like she couldn't believe her own ears. "What? It hasn't even been an hour, and you're telling me you took down a level 18 Calamity?" He quickly corrected her. "It wasn't level 18, it was level 20, as if processing an impossible piece of information." She exclaimed in shock. "Level 20? But that's a Calamity. The stat difference from just one level is over 10,000 points, and a gap of over 20 levels is a whole different tier. Bro, you're just full of surprises that I can never seem to figure out." Yangyang hastily said to Li Yu, "Miss Yu, calm down a second. Let's head back first. I have something I need to see the principal about." Time passed, and after a while, Old Man Tian and Kong Ming were standing in front of the teleportation gate. Old Man Tian silently judged, "The Calamity's aura is gone. Looks like Xiao Long cleared the instance." Bei Cheng chimed in with praise. As expected of the Academy's new gen monster, he already cleared the level 18 ogre dungeon. Kong Ming shot them a scornful look. "Shameless. The results aren't even out, and you're already trying to take credit. Bragging without an ounce of shame." Old Man Tian glanced at him and sneered, "I heard you guys sent in some level 14 rookie. How could he possibly clear a dungeon this hard?" Hearing this, Kong Ming turned away in anger. "Fine, let's just wait and see." Xiao Long's group emerged from the gate. Old Man Tian greeted them with a fake smile. It really was Xiao Long. "Zhuge, looks like you'll have to give up your #1 title." Kong Ming's brow furrowed in tension. "How can this be?" Old Man Tian eagerly went to greet Xiao Long. "Xiao Long, my boy, show me what kind of gear the Calamity dropped." The boy broke out in a cold sweat and replied, "About that, Headmaster. We weren't the ones who killed the Calamity. It was already dead when we got there." The Headmaster exclaimed in shock. "What? How is that possible?" Old Man Tian spoke up suspiciously. "If it wasn't them, could it have been Yangyang?" Wen Tian replied with a forced smile. "Only our 2 academies know about this dungeon. If it wasn't him, who else could it be?" He started trash-talking old Dine. "Hey Dian, your Keelan Academy prodigies are a complete joke. They're nothing compared to my boy, Duang Duang." Old Dian still refused to believe it. "I don't believe you. A level 14 nobody has that kind of skill? No way. There's gotta be another team inside helping him. No cap." The Headmaster just laughed, totally thrilled. "Man, you just won't give up until you're completely crushed. Then just you wait. My Academy's absolute monster is about to walk out any second now." An hour later, Kong Min worried to himself. "Why isn't he out yet? This shouldn't be happening." Old Dian just mocked him again. "Zhuge, isn't it possible that monster you were hyping up already croaked in there?" He immediately shot back. "No way. Something must have just delayed him." And Vu leaned in and whispered to Kong Min, "Principal, where's that girl? Li Yu? Wasn't she with Duang Duang? It's like she just vanished." He suddenly remembered and said, "Quick, call and ask about it." "Yes, sir," he replied politely. Old Dian kept provoking Kong Min. "Zhuge, all 5 of my Keelan Academy students returned safely. You guys just had to show off and make your student solo the dungeon. Now that he's dead, I'll be taking that #1 spot. Thank you very much." Kong Min was so pissed he was speechless. And Vu quickly returned with his phone to report. "Principal, Duang Duang isn't dead." "He's not dead?" Kong Min was ecstatic. "Spit it out. What the hell happened?" He chuckled and explained. "An hour ago, Duang Duang slayed the Calamity and already returned to the Academy." He glanced over at old Dian and praised him. "Good, good. I knew I wasn't wrong about that kid." Hearing this, old Dian was so shocked he started stuttering. How is that possible? He's only level 14, and he soloed a level 18 dungeon?" And Vu immediately corrected the old man. "Level 18? Are you kidding me?" Li Yu said that dungeon leveled up to 20. Hearing that, Kong Min was just as shocked. "Level 20? Is that kid okay?" And Vu smiled, reassuring him. "He's fine. totally unscathed. He let out a sigh of relief. That's good. That's really good. Old Dien calmed down and asked Hiolong. Hiolong was the calamity, really? Really level 20? He confirmed through gritted teeth. Yeah. And it was a hazardous class. On top of that, the two principals just collapsed to the ground in shock. Meanwhile, back at the office, Kong Min burst through the door. Duong Duong, where's Duong Duong? Duong Duong, casually sitting in the principal's chair, raised a hand. I'm over here. The principal rushed over to him. I heard you were fine, so why do you look like you've been through hell? Duong Duong replied wearily. It's because of that calamity, sir. You clearly said it was only level 18. How did it turn into a hazardous class level 20 monster? I almost freaking failed because of it. Kong Min suddenly grew serious. I'm not sure of the specific reason. We still need to investigate. Duong Duong whined, flopping around in the chair. I don't care. You have to compensate me for this. The principal handed a small wooden box to him. All right. No problem, he said softly. Will this do? He happily took it. He quickly flipped open the lid. Let's see what we got. Seeing the items inside, Duong Duong was blown away. 2 star-up stones for my beasts, and a talent upgrade book. In a flash, he bolted out of the room, leaving the stunned principal behind. Duong Duong just left him with one parting shot. This is awesome. Next time you got a mission like this, hit me up. I'm out of here. The principal, finally snapping out of it, was shocked. He stared at the door in angry disbelief. He ran off that fast? Don't tell me that little brat was faking how tired he was just now. Meanwhile, with Duong Duong, he quickly headed deep into the forest. He held the 2 stones in his hand, thinking, Xing Tian and Zhu Long are the main powerhouses of my team. Time to power them up. Duong Duong summoned them in a low voice. Come on out, Xing Tian, Zhu Long. The 2 beasts instantly materialized in midair. Without hesitation, he crushed the 2 star-up stones. A stream of light immediately enveloped both beasts' bodies. In just a moment, he could already feel their transformation. Duong Duong smirked. Let's check out those stats. The system screen popped up. Name, Zhu Long, rank SSS, level 15, at 66.25% EXP, 3 stars. Strength, 30,000. Spirit, 12,000. Agility, 20,000. Constitution, 33,000. Passive skills, Dragon's Might level 2, Dragon Scales level 1. Active skills, Eye of Zhu Long, level 2, Dragon's Roar level 2. Dragon Scales, the massive scales of the Dragon Clan grant immunity to 20% of physical damage and 40% of elemental damage. Eye of Zhu Long, shoots scorching beams from both eyes, dealing 350% AoE damage based on spirit. Dragon's Roar, Zhu Long roars at the sky, dealing 350% AoE damage based on strength. Dragon's Might, intimidates enemies no more than 5 levels higher. This reduces the target's strength by 30%. Next up, Xing Tian. All his stats were identical to Zhu Long's. His passive skills were War God's Domain level 3 and Super Destruction level 2. Active skills, Bloodthirsty Frenzy level 2 and Axe of Sundering level 2. War God's Domain deals 15% true damage, ignoring all defenses, and increases all stats by 1,500. Super Destruction, the will to create miracles. Rank 5, Beast, 2.5% chance for an instant kill. Bloodthirsty Frenzy. Attacks have 15% lifesteal, and it deals double damage. Attack speed is boosted by 30%, and with the skill Relentless Assault, it sacrifices all defense to increase its strength by 350% for 10 minutes. Duong Duong was stunned reading this. Not bad. Its stats are already this insane without any buffs from the Golden Toad. If it gets into a fight and the Golden Toad buffs it even a little, wouldn't that just be completely broken? Now that you guys are leveled up, it's my turn. He then pulled out a talent upgrade book, and a brilliant light instantly burst forth. Duong Duong quickly shouted, "Upgrade the Divine Encouragement talent." The light immediately enveloped his body. A system notification popped up. SSS-RANK talent Divine Encouragement has been upgraded to level 2. All stats for Master and Beast are now boosted by 20 times. He broke into a huge grin, his eyes sparkling. A 20 times multiplier. Things are about to get real interesting. Duong Duong glanced over at Xing Tian. All right, Xing Tian, let's see how strong your attack is now that my talent's leveled up. Without a moment's hesitation, it raised its axe, and a beam of light shot out, instantly slicing the entire forest in half. Duong Duong's jaw dropped in absolute shock. Holy crap. The next day, he was taking a casual stroll around the academy. He thought to himself, time for another day of grinding. Maybe I'll try a high-level dungeon today. Just then, a voice suddenly called out from behind him. Stop right there. Duong raised an eyebrow and turned around. Wong Hao, flanked by two goons, smirked. Well, if it isn't the little mutt. We meet again. Nearby, 3 other students watched on. Looks like Wong Hao is bullying another freshman. That kid is so unlucky. Sucks to be him. Wong Hao is backed by the Chaos Demon King, Daoge. Who in their right mind would mess with him? But Duong wasn't the least bit intimidated. He just smiled casually. You really are like a cockroach that just won't die. I'm surprised you're still alive after all that time in the miasma. Wong Hao gritted his teeth in fury. Cut the crap. Daoge wants to see you. Duong's brow furrowed. If he wants to see me, he can get his ass over here himself. The 3 onlookers gasped in shock. No way, did I hear that right? That kid has the balls to disrespect Daoge? The last guy who pissed off Daoge is already 6 feet under. Even Wong Hao was caught off guard by his response. He pointed a finger right in Duong's face and screamed, You little mutt, do you even know who Daoge is? Before he could even finish, Duong closed the distance in a flash and planted a solid kick right in his face. Wong Hao couldn't even react, his mouth still forming the words, Move it, don't, before he crashed to the ground. His body slid across the ground. His panicking goons rushed over. Boss, Hao, are you okay? Wong Hao scrambled back up, seething with rage. You son of a bitch, I'm going to kill you. Duong didn't hesitate and cast his skill, Soul Paralysis. Wong Hao collapsed, writhing in agony on the ground, rolling back and forth in pain. He shot back bluntly, Haven't you ever heard that villains die because they talk too much? If you guys are gonna fight, then let's go, all of you. I'm in a hurry. Wong Hao's lackeys frantically waved their hands in surrender. No, we're just passing by. Sir, please, after you. Duong coldly turned his back and walked off, leaving Wong Hao twitching on the ground. A bunch of useless trash. He furiously rubbed his bruised cheek. Duong, I swear I will make you pay for this. At the Rift Pavilion, a grand and magnificent hall appeared before him. The system screen displayed the dungeon name, Brown Bear Ridge. Monster level, 20. Entry requirement, below level 22. Cost, 300 Skydragon coins. Fastest clear record, no data. Current party, none. Duong studied the information panel. So no one's cleared this dungeon yet, huh? Perfect. I'll take it. The teleportation gate immediately warped him into the dungeon. Duong found himself in a forest. Suddenly, a massive clawed paw swiped at him. It made him yell out, Holy crap! Duong was taken aback by how sharp those claws were. He instantly countered. Soul Paralysis. His attack hit the bear dead on, erupting in a brilliant flash of light. The bear roared in agony from the blow and collapsed to the ground. A system notification popped up. Level 19 brown bear defeated. Duong stared, jaw dropped, as the bear's body vanished in a flash. Huh. It just disappeared? Deciding to get a better read on his enemies, Duong activated his detection skill. In an instant, the bear's info popped up. Name: Brown Bear Warrior. Level 19. Active skills: Claw and Maul. Passive skill: Robust. Robustness grants 20% physical damage immunity. Bear Claw inflicts 20% armor-piercing damage. Damage scales with 100% of strength plus magic power. Pounce deals 200% of strength as damage, while also applying a bleed over time effect. The bleed deals 5% of its constitution stat as damage per second. Stats are 7,500. Strength, 5,000. Agility, 8,000 constitution, and 4,000 spirit. Duong analyzed the stats. Damn, these stats are even better than the mobs in the ogre dungeon, and I one-shotted it. Wait, am I really this strong now? He shrugged it off, not caring. Whatever, I'll just summon my beasts first to avoid any more surprise attacks. Yangyang casually snapped his fingers, summoning his beasts, and the whole crew gathered around him. Yangyang pointed forward and ordered them. Let's go, wipe them all out. The beasts went nuts, rushing forward and slaughtering everything in their path. Xingtian also charged forward like a beast. Yangyang got annoyed and ordered his crew, Hey, go easy on them, leave some for the golden toad. Zhu Long quickly spat fire, annihilating waves of the remaining mobs. Yangyang turned back, annoyed, and pointed at it. Don't use AoE skills, they're dying too fast. The golden toad still needs to eat. The golden toad stuck out its tongue, drooling, on the verge of tears. Seeing this, Yangyang scratched his head and sighed in frustration. Damn, being too strong is a pain in the ass. He looked at the bears scattered all over the ground, then turned and ordered his dragon turtle, lure the boss out. The dragon turtle charged forward, unleashing its power. Suddenly, a two-headed bear appeared, roaring ferociously. At the same time, Yangyang used his own skill, appraisal. He silently read the monster's info. Critical claw attacks and stacking damage. Huh? This thing is a real threat. A screen appeared in front of him. Name: mutated, twin-headed bear, level 20. Active skill: rampage instinct. Passive skill: power burst. Each attack increases strength by 20%, can stack multiple times, and is crazy destructive. Targets hit will take 200% physical and magical damage. Strength: 15,000. Agility: 10,000. Constitution: 20,000. Spirit: 7,000. He gave Xingtian and Zhu Long a wicked grin. Xingtian, Zhu Long, you guys didn't get to have your fun earlier, right? Full-on assault. Xingtian and Zhu Long roared and charged at the twin-headed bear. A torrent of scorching flames erupted from Zhu Long. The twin-headed bear was quickly defeated. As it thrashed violently, an item appeared in front of Yangyang, along with a notification. Congratulations, Beast Tamer Yangyang, for clearing the Bear Ridge instance for the first time. Reward: 1,000 Heavenly Dragon Coins, 10 academic points. He looked doubtfully at the item in front of him, a key. Its information popped up at the same time. Ancient key. Current use: unknown. He looked around, and Yangyang wondered aloud. Don't tell me there's a hidden treasure in here that no one's found yet? On high alert, Yangyang moved forward, quickly ducking behind a large boulder. He curiously searched a nearby bush. Half an hour later, Yangyang still couldn't believe what was happening. No way. This key couldn't have just appeared here for no reason, right? A mysterious old man appeared from behind a tree. Young man, are you also here to find the treasure left by the ancient Bear King? Yangyang immediately used his appraisal skill on the man. The screen in front of him showed a series of question marks. All stats: unknown. He stared at the man warily. All stats unknown? What the hell is going on? Yangyang asked him curiously. Who are you? The mysterious old man gave a friendly smile and explained his purpose. After listening, Yangyang replied grimly, That's great. So, did you find the treasure yet? With a calculating look in his eyes, he pointed to the key in Yangyang's hand. Of course. The only thing is, to open the treasure chest, I need that key you're holding. Give me the key, and I'll lead you there. Yangyang smiled and held out the key to him. All right. The mysterious old man reached out, trembling, to take the key. Good boy. Suddenly, Yangyang launched an attack at him. Soul Rend. The old man clutched his face in panic. What the hell are you doing? Yangyang replied with a sinister grin, killing you and taking the treasure for myself. Seeing this, the old man fought back. You ungrateful peasant. If you're so eager to die, then this warlock will grant your wish. His power made the very ground around them shake. Yangyang smirked, satisfied. Finally showing your true colors, huh? The man's information quickly appeared. Name: Great Dark Warlock, level 21. Passive skill: Dark Erosion. Active skills: Dark Warrior, Dark Flame. Dark Erosion reduces the opponent's strength and agility by 50%. Dark Flame inflicts 200% spiritual damage with a corrosion effect. Strength: 10,000. Agility: 20,000. Constitution: 20,000. Spirit: 55,000. Yangyang scoffed. A warlock this pathetic? No wonder you had to hide your stats. The enraged warlock unleashed his attack. Take this. Dark Flame. Zhu Long quickly shot a blast of fire right at him. The flames erupted, seemingly incinerating everything around them. The man fell to the ground, screaming in agony. The great warlock was annihilated in an instant. The system chimed in with another notification. Great Dark Warlock, level 21, has been killed. Yangyang touched the treasure chest and exclaimed, So it really was on this guy all along. Time to go home and open this bad boy. With that, he used a portal to exit the instance. He quickly returned to the real world. Suddenly, a voice surprised Yangyang. You're out? He glanced at the woman behind him. He looked at Zhang Zhao in shock. Holy crap, what are you doing here? She gave a friendly smile and replied, running the instance. I happened to see you in here, so I waited. He quickly pointed at the dungeon behind them. The EXP in this dungeon is insane. You should go grind for a bit. But Trung Jiao immediately refused, saying she couldn't grind right now. A skeptical Duong Duong asked her, why not? She just turned away. Go in again, and you'll see. So, Duong Duong stuck his hand back into the teleportation gate, but after waiting a moment, he still hadn't gone through. The system popped up a notification. The level 20 Fierce Bear Ridge dungeon is on cooldown. Please re-enter in 1 hour and 58 minutes. Duong stared at the notification. Stunned. A cooldown? What the hell is this? Seeing Durung's confusion, Trung Jiao calmly explained. Dungeons level 20 and above are different from the low-level ones. They have a cooldown period. The higher the difficulty, the longer the cooldown. He replied blankly. So if I want to grind continuously, does that mean I have to wait 2 hours? She immediately handed him a medal. Use this wormhole medal. It can reduce a dungeon's cooldown time. Duong quickly took the medal. He looked at its info panel, confused. So, recharge energy is to neutralize the dungeon's cooldown, right? What if I run out of energy to recharge? The medal's information appeared before him. Wormhole medal, owner, Trung Jiao, rank, bronze, energy remaining, 38 minutes and 26 seconds. She nodded, answering his question. If you don't have enough recharge time, you can exchange Sky Dragon coins for it, or get it by doing academy missions. It's super convenient. Duong asked Trung Jiao doubtfully. So, where do you even get one of these medals? She smiled and answered his question. Normally, freshman beast tamers automatically receive one when they hit level 20 and change classes. Since you're not high enough level yet, you can join the Beast of Fester freshman arena tournament to win one. Duong anxiously asked Trung Jiao, doesn't that tournament start tomorrow? Is there still time to register? She chuckled. Leave it to me. I'll talk to the student council. Tomorrow, you just show up and compete. Duong replied enthusiastically, thanks a lot. Back at Duong's dorm room, night began to fall. He excitedly held up the key to the treasure chest in front of him. All right, let's see what kind of treasure is inside. With indescribable excitement, he inserted the key into the lock. With a loud click, the treasure chest opened, and a strange light flickered from within the ancient box. A scroll flew out in front of him as the system announced, Congratulations, you have received the ancient secret treasure blueprint. Duong exclaimed excitedly. Another treasure map, awesome. The scroll's information appeared. Ancient secret treasure, high-grade treasure map. Records the location of a treasure ruin. Discovered by the Fierce Bear King. Level restriction. Level 20, class changed. Recommended. Level 30 and above. His jaw dropped, in disbelief. There's a level restriction too? Seriously? Well, whatever. Good things are worth the wait. I'll just level up and come back. Later, the surroundings gradually sank into the dead of night. The next morning, bright sunlight bathed the entire area. The freshman arena tournament was about to begin, with every seat in the stands filled. Trung Jiao sat next to Duong, reassuring him. The wormhole medal is awarded to the top 3 finishers, so don't be too nervous later. He smiled confidently back at her. I'm not nervous. At all. This is going to be a piece of cake. Taking first place is no big deal. She broke out in a cold sweat. I almost forgot you're a total freak of nature, but you should still be careful. The freshman arena tournament isn't just a battle between freshmen. Like you, it's a competition between the freshmen and the second-year upperclassmen. Duong looked at Trung Jiao, completely confused. What? How come? She slowly explained it to him. To put it simply, it's a way for the second years to show you freshmen who's boss. After all, you freshmen are all geniuses from all over the place. Knocking you down a peg will give you more motivation to work hard and cultivate, he grumbled under his breath. That old geezer, Zhuge Kongming, is a real schemer. Trung Jiao laughed. You're the only one who dares to say that. Don't worry, the arena only simulates your 5 senses. It won't cause any real damage. Suddenly, the sound of slow, powerful footsteps echoed. Thuthan walked along, sighing. Last year, I got my ass kicked by those second years. This year, it's finally my turn to get some payback. Lu Dung, walking beside him, chimed in. Yeah, those freshmen are gonna get a taste of pain this time. Dai Trang sneered contemptuously. They're all just a bunch of weaklings. We won't even have to try hard before they run home crying to their mommies. Suddenly, Lu Dung pointed towards a spot, in the stands. Hey, isn't that this year's top scorer? Thuthan looked over and confirmed. Yeah, that's him. I heard. He got perfect scores in every subject. Dai Trong looked away dismissively. Perfect scores don't mean jack. He's just a newbie. I'll use him as a stepping stone to make a name for myself. Kong Min slowly walked out into the middle of the arena. His voice boomed out. Silence. Next, I will announce the rules of the match. The arena will use a free-for-all team format. Each second-year student who enters the arena will put up a reward of Sky Dragon coins and academic points. Any freshman who successfully challenges them We'll take it all. All right, let the matches begin. Li Kuang swaggered forward and introduced himself. Li Kuang, second year, class 8, beast tamer. Level 25 strength type beast tamer, betting 5,000 Tianlong coins and 50 accumulation points. Anyone got the guts to step up and challenge me? Everyone was whispering, level 25. And he's a strength type? Who'd be crazy enough to fight him? Wong Hao totally agreed. Bro, getting punched by him would probably shatter your bones. He scoffed. What, no one? Is this year's batch of freshmen really this pathetic? Not a single one of you has the balls to even step on stage. Suddenly, Gao Long stood up and declared, I'll do it. He introduced himself, Gao Long, level 14, an offensive type beast tamer, accepting the challenge. Yangyang was shocked. Level 14? It's only been a week since I last saw him and he's already shot up to level 14? Holy crap, this guy is the real deal. Li Qiang arrogantly waved his hand. Come on, summon your beast. Instantly, a ferocious ape-like beast appeared behind him. Li Qiang said smugly, I'll only summon one beast. If you can beat me, all the rewards are yours. Gao Long nodded, accepting the fight. All right. Summon beasts. A bear and a spirit spider appeared at his side. Zhang Jiao sighed. He has absolutely no chance of winning. Another student replied, there's nothing he can do. The tamer's level determines the beast's level cap. With an 11-level gap, even with two beasts attacking at once, he's just no match. Gao Long went on the offensive. Force Demon Bear, Venom Spider Palm, Soul Devouring Poison. At his command, both of his beasts attacked at the same time. The guy just laughed, using a mental assault skill. His ape beast instantly created an ultrasonic shield that blasted outwards. The spirit spider was immediately hit, losing 1,000 power, and the bear got stunned, losing 2,000 health. Gao Long panicked. What's going on? Attack. Li Qiang sneered. Don't even bother struggling. I've already stunned it. Say goodbye, Junior. With that, he let out a heaven-shaking roar. World-destroying God Fist. Li Qiang's ape leaped high into the air, ready to deliver the finishing blow to Gao Long's beast. It threw a devastating punch right into the bear's face. After the hit, Gao Long's beast faded away into nothingness. He collapsed to his knees in agony, slamming his fists on the ground, completely helpless and refusing to accept defeat. His voice trembling, he choked out, I surrender. A moment later, staff members escorted Gao Long off the stage. The audience jeered. So damn weak. He's way worse than we were as freshmen. Yeah, he acted all tough, going up there. I thought he'd actually put up a fight. Li Qiang scanned the crowd. Anyone else dare to challenge me? The crowd buzzed anxiously. This is insane. He's totally unbeatable. No cap. Gao Long was supposed to be one of the strongest freshmen, and he got wrecked without even landing a few hits. He sneered. Is no one gonna step up? Fine, I'll even switch to a lower-level beast to fight you guys. The crowd was pissed. He's way too arrogant. He's clearly just trying to humiliate us. That asshole. Somebody go up there and teach him a lesson. Suddenly, Yangyang stood up and declared forcefully, I'll fight you. Then, he walked onto the stage, leaving everyone completely stunned. Li Qiang taunted him. Well, if it isn't the top-ranked student, finally decided to show your face, huh? Yangyang replied with disgust. Cut the crap and bring your A-game. Li Qiang scoffed. So arrogant. You think having one SSS rank beast makes you invincible? Let me tell you something, kid. It doesn't matter how OP your beast is, if its tamer is a low-level piece of trash. Li Qiang thrust his hand out. Come forth, Flowing Flame Lion. A new beast appeared. Flowing Flame Lion, level 25, SSS rank. Yangyang calmly summoned his own, Bamboo Dragon. A spatial rift opened, and the dragon slowly poked its head through. The stat screen popped up. Bamboo Dragon, level 15, SSS rank. Wong Hao's crew was floored. Holy crap, that kid's beast is absolutely cracked. I can't believe it's a pure-blooded dragon. I'm so jealous. Too bad its level is way lower. Beating Li Qiang is pretty much impossible. Li Qiang said arrogantly, Listen, kid, I'll give you a chance to summon another beast. One isn't gonna be enough. Yangyang refused. Nah, I'm good. One beast is more than enough to wreck you. Li Qiang sneered. You little punk, you're all talk. Don't come crying to me when you lose, saying I didn't give you a chance. Then he commanded, Violent Ape, Soul Shockwave. The ape instantly unleashed a massive shockwave. Yangyang calmly gave his own command, Bamboo Dragon, use Dragon's Breath. Instantly, the Bamboo Dragon unleashed a torrent of flames. Li Qiang was stunned. How is this possible? Why weren't you stunned? Yangyang replied nonchalantly, Sorry bro, I've got a cleanse skill. Then he turned and commanded, Bamboo Dragon, tear it to shreds. The bamboo dragon immediately lunged forward, coiling its body around the ape. Li Qiang's beast let out an agonized scream. An intense blast of light erupted from their clash. Li Qiang dropped to his knees, clutching his head and screaming in agony. His eyes were completely bloodshot. Flowing flame lion, destroy it for me. The lion immediately raised its razor-sharp claws. It slashed at the bamboo dragon, but only dealt 666 damage. Wong Hao's crew couldn't believe it. Wait, only 666 points? Is that flowing flame lion just trying to scratch an itch or something? I've got a bad feeling Li Qiang's about to lose. If he loses, should we start calling him Little Qiang? Meanwhile, the bamboo dragon whipped its long tail through the air and slammed it into the flowing flame lion, sending the creature flying. A single attack dealt a staggering 66,666 damage. Helpless and furious, Li Qiang slammed his fist on the floor. Just then, he saw a figure appear in front of him and looked up. Yangyang stood before him, his expression cold. You should just surrender. He gave a faint smirk, as if the outcome was obvious. Li Qiang's voice trailed off. Shaking, pale as a ghost, he stuttered, I surrender. Wong Hao's goons erupted in laughter. Ha ha ha, this is priceless. What a total failure. One of them chimed in. The rank difference was huge, and he still got one-shotted. Another added, yeah, let's see that second-year act all cocky now. Didn't he just get his ass handed to him by a freshman like us? Inside, Wong Hao was seething with rage. You little brat, you won't be smug for long, Kongming announced. I declare the first-year student, Yangyang, the winner. He receives 5,000 Sky Dragon coins and 59 credits. Student Yangyang, you may step down now. But he shot back. Going up and down is such a hassle. If there are any other second years who aren't convinced, just come on up and challenge me. Zhang Jiao spoke up, crossing his arms. This kid really doesn't play by the rules, Yangyang said arrogantly. Seriously? This batch of second-year seniors is seriously pathetic. Kongming turned away, thinking to himself, kids these days are so damn arrogant. Meng Tao stood up and swaggered forward. I'm here, Wong Hao sneered. You mutt, your time is up. The crowd buzzed. It's Brother Tao. That kid is screwed now. Pride comes before a fall. Brother Tao, teach that little brat a lesson he'll never forget. He arrogantly strolled into the arena, hands in his pockets. Meng Tao spoke first. Kid, you're arrogant, but you're also damn strong. Yangyang replied, so why'd you even get on stage? You got some weird fetish for getting beat up? Meng Tao's hands clenched into fists in anger. Just a piece of trash who's good at running his mouth. Meng Tao declared, I bet 5,000 Sky Dragon coins and 50 credits. Hearing this, the referee immediately rang the bell, starting the match. He instantly cast his skill, Beast Seal Domination. In that instant, Zhu Long was enveloped by a red mist. The red energy he generated began to spread wider and wider. A moment later, it vanished into thin air. Yangyang was shocked. This domination, it's not a debuff. It can't be cleansed. This guy's cheating. Meng Tao smirked. Sorry, but I've accidentally sealed your beast. Alright, how about this? Get on your knees, beg, and call me Brother Meng a few times, and maybe I'll make this less painful for you. Yangyang suppressed his emotions. Gritting his teeth, he shot back. In your dreams. Meng Tao burst out laughing. Go ahead, use whatever skills you've got. Hearing this, Yangyang got pissed. He used the skill, Soul Paralysis. Meng Tao arrogantly defended. Man, the weather is so nice today. Was that supposed to do something? How is he completely unaffected? Meng Tao pulled up his shirt. Whoops, sorry. Just so happens I'm wearing armor that protects against mental attacks today. Yangyang was stunned. How the hell did he know I had that skill? He looked towards the stands and yelled, Wong Hao, this was your idea, wasn't it? Wong Hao made a hand gesture. Little brat, there's no way you're getting out of this today. Yangyang gritted his teeth. That bastard. If I'd known, I would have just finished him off earlier. Meng Tao said smugly. All right. Stop dragging other people into this. If you know what's good for you, just surrender now. Yangyang scoffed. You really think that's enough to beat me? Meng Tao's hands clenched into fists. You're about to die, and you still dare to act tough with me? Fine. Let me show you that a weakling like you can be crushed with my bare hands. Meng Tao raised his hand high and used his skill. Beast Summon. Instantly, a ferocious white tiger appeared. Level 555. It lunged at Yangyang as if to tear him to shreds. The audience murmured, it's over. He doesn't have his beast. This is just going to be a pure beatdown. Someone covered their eyes. This is too brutal. I can't watch. Suddenly, someone shouted, wait, where did Yangyang go? Meng Tao looked around, bewildered. That rotten little brat. Are you even a man if all you do is run and hide? Suddenly, Yangyang appeared behind him, his voice cool. Look behind you. Startled, Meng Tao immediately whipped his head around. In that split second, Yangyang slapped him so hard, his face twisted. Meng Tao fell to the ground, furious. You bastard! Azure White Tiger, finish him for me. The Azure White Tiger radiated a vicious killing intent. It charged forward. Yangyang instantly used a defensive skill, Ice Fog. Meng Tao's beast was frozen solid, sprawled out on the ground. He said, with contempt, getting frozen in a single hit. You got off easy. Then, Yangyang walked over and touched its face through the ice. Then he kicked it hard, ordering, get lost. Meng Tao was so angry he just pointed, completely speechless. Before Meng Tao could even get a word out, Yangyang closed the distance. He kicked him to the ground and yelled, did I say you could summon anything? What followed was a divine barrage of slaps to Meng Tao's face. Both of his cheeks turned bright red. Meng Tao cursed, you son of a bitch. He kept hitting him. Not convinced yet? Then I'll just keep hitting you until you are. Yangyang delivered a hard slap to his left cheek. Then he gifted the other cheek a similar blow. After a while, Meng Tao's face was beaten into a distorted mess. He raised a hand to the sky, begging for mercy. I give up. Yangyang stepped on Meng Tao's chest. Wouldn't it have been better to just surrender earlier? Let me see you off. At that moment, Yangyang slowly leaned down, his shadow covering Meng Tao's body. Meng Tao was then dragged away. His feet struggled helplessly before a powerful throw sent him flying back into the stands. The students were completely stunned. You can even fight like that in the arena? My eyes have been opened. Yangyang's strength is absolutely insane. A single slap drained the Azure White Tiger of 5,000 health points. A few more slaps, and it would have been totally crippled. Yangyang propped himself up with his hands. So arrogant. Anyone else want to challenge me? He turned to look at the ringleader. You want to give it a shot, Wong Hao? The guy shielded his face in fear. No, my mom's calling me for dinner. The second-year seniors started talking. Last year, we were the freshmen getting our asses kicked. Now we're second years and we're still getting our asses kicked. This is so unfair. This freshman is just too damn cracked. I'm done. No more fighting. I'm gonna go grind some levels. Kong Ming handed him the winner's prize. He announced, I declare that the first place winner of the freshman tournament is Yangyang. He receives 1 wormhole badge and a bonus of 10,000 Tianlong coins and 100 credits. Down below, Zhang Jiao suddenly stood up. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. That guy is so strong. You just can't stop yourself from wanting to get closer to him. A while later, inside the wormhole pavilion, Yangyang and the others stared at the teleportation gate in front of them. He looked at the system menu for the Zhongshang Ridge dungeon. Yangyang wondered what kind of awesome loot he could score this time. Suddenly, a slender hand slowly reached out and gently tapped his shoulder, calling out, Yangyang. He jumped, whipping his head around to ask, Who Chu Ying, can you please stop scaring the crap out of me all the time? The girl crossed her arms and grumbled, Well, maybe if you actually noticed I was here? Seriously, dude? You're already level 16? I've been grinding my ass off and I'm only level 13. Come on, carry me. Yangyang was hesitant. The difficulty of this dungeon is pretty high. Suddenly, the sound of rushing footsteps came from behind. Boss, wait up, Cao Long said. Your performance in the arena earlier was totally badass. You're my idol, no cap. Yangyang was surprised and replied humbly, You're too kind. Cao Long then asked, Are you two about to run a dungeon? Can I tag along? I can pay. How about 50 Tianlong coins? He refused. No need. I'm not short on money right now. Cao Long scratched his head awkwardly. Oh, right. You did just win 20,000 Tianlong coins. Of course, you wouldn't even look twice at my chump change. Yangyang explained. You're overthinking it. I'm just literally not short on cash. Let's go. I'll take you two to the level 18 Cannibal Demon dungeon. The three of them strode confidently toward the selection portal. The system displayed the difficulty options: easy, normal, hard, nightmare. Without a shred of hesitation, he slammed his hand on nightmare. Seeing that, Chu Ying totally freaked out. Wait a minute. Yangyang turned his head, confused. What's wrong? The girl explained. This is a new mid-tier dungeon. The monsters inside are crazy strong. He shrugged, completely unconcerned. So? Chu Ying raised her voice. The difficulty you chose is nightmare. Yangyang was nonchalant. It's whatever. Doesn't seem that hard. Cao Long was full of praise, as expected of a boss. I could never have that kind of courage in my life. The girl tried to reason with him. Dude, snap out of it. A mid-tier dungeon's difficulty requires multiple teams working together just to clear it. He nodded. Is it really that insane? But I heard some OP player already solo cleared this dungeon. Chu Ying was shocked. A solo clear? No way. That's impossible. Yangyang gloated internally. Heh, I can't believe stories about me are spreading so fast. Go on, praise me some more. The girl asked Yangyang, what are you standing there grinning like an idiot for? You better protect me in there. He closed his eyes and nodded. Definitely. I got it. Let's go. With that, Yangyang stepped into the teleportation gate. All three of them were transported to a new world. Just as a flash of green light lit up the sky, a horde of ferocious monsters suddenly appeared. Chu Ying gasped. Holy crap. Even the stats on these trash mobs are this high? Cao Long was trembling. My whole body's gone numb. He turned to remind them both. Stick close to me. Yangyang held out his hand and activated his beast summoning skill. In that instant, the entire sky was blinded by a brilliant golden light. All the beasts he owned appeared at once. He was shocked. Bro, Yangyang has 4 peak rank beasts? Did he go and rob the Imperial Capital's divine treasury or something? The girl shot back. You're asking me? Who am I supposed to ask? I haven't seen him in a few days. How the hell did this kid get another beast? He quickly ordered his beasts. Go, take him out. Then he turned and said to them, I'll leave 2 for you guys, so you don't feel like you didn't participate. Chu Ying deadpanned. Aren't you just so thoughtful? The girl saw one of her attacks only did 500 damage. Chu Ying yelled, put some more firepower into it. That was like a tickle. Cao Long's beast bear attacked for 600 damage. He raged. Did you skip breakfast? That punch was pathetic. Meanwhile, Xing Tian alone had already defeated 2 monsters. Not wanting to be shown up, the girl yelled out in frustration, You freak! Cao Long and Chu Ying shouted in unison, Total monster! Yangyang patted his shoulder. Thanks for the compliment. Let's go. The destination is just ahead. Cao Long looked on helplessly as he played dumb. The cannibal demon fortress was the place they were all staring at. Chu Ying's eyes narrowed, her face scrunching up in a frown. That's a lot of cannibal demons. There must be at least 100 of them. Seeing this, Cao Long chimed in. No wonder it's a mid-tier dungeon. With that many monsters on guard, there's no way the 3 of us can break through. Yangyang stood there confidently and carefully reminded them, You two just worry about protecting yourselves. Leave the rest to me. He panicked. Bro, you don't actually mean you're gonna try to brute force your way in, do you? Yangyang's sharp eyes were filled with determination. With determination, the black steel beast roared. Yes, Golden Toad's vigor. Instantly, it let out a cry of compliance and unleashed a golden light. And just like that, beast after beast was unleashed with different abilities. An intense source of light was released with terrifying power. The beasts just flew around in the air amidst the stream of blue light. Cao Long stared, completely stunned. Holy crap, Bro Yang still had another legendary creature, and Chu Ying's eyes widened in astonishment. Was phase poison this strong from the very beginning? Over here, Cao Long noticed the system. Screen had just chimed with a notification, and he stared at the data panel. No way, quick, look at our stats. They've more than doubled. The system's data panel also mentioned the girl's name with her boosted power stats. Chu Ying covered her face, her eyes sparkling with joy. Mythical creatures have this function too? I'm so jealous. I want one so bad. Right then, the bamboo dragon appeared in a brilliant golden light, screaming in terror as the system banning announced a drop in its experience points. With a dazed look, Chu Ying's voice was weary. I feel like I'm gonna explode from all this EXP. Meanwhile, Cao Long was basking in the glory, excitedly bragging, I wouldn't even dare to dream of a power-up like this. You think that big shot who cleared the dungeon solo was Bro Yang? He just got in, and it's like he owns the place, like it's his own backyard. Hearing him say that made Chu Ying ponder seriously. She spoke up, let's go ask. Over at the assembly point, Yangyang stood tall, activating the beast's abilities with a voice, as cold as ice. A moment later, he sensed someone approaching. He turned his head and saw Chu Ying's curious face. She slowly started probing. Yangyang, were you the first person to clear this dungeon instance? Hearing Chu Ying's question, Yangyang flashed a big grin and bragged, Duh, who else could it be but me? Cao Long's round, cute face looked at him with curiosity. Bro Yang, that badass aura you're giving off. Oh no, my heart can't take it. Unlike Cao Long's utter worship of Yangyang, Chu Ying was clenching her fists, cursing him in her head. Damn it. She looked at Yangyang with frustration and slowly said, You should have said something sooner. You had me worried for a bit. A moment later, Chu Ying led the way into the fortress's gate, fired up and ready to annihilate the vicious beasts. As soon as they entered, a massive monster appeared. roaring as it approached. The system quickly displayed its info. One-eyed, man-eating giant demon, an overlord monster, level 20, along with its passive and active skills. Stats like strength, spirit, and constitution were also listed. Chu Ying was so shocked that beads of sweat dripped down her face. Its stats are insane. Even with my beast's buff, we can't beat it. Hearing this, Cao Long panicked. Bro Yang, how in the world? Did you clear this thing by yourself? This is unbelievable. With an arrogant look, Yangyang casually raised his arm and said, "It's easy, you just need hands. Xing Tian, go." Instantly, Xing Tian followed the order, appearing with incredible speed and power. It gripped its spear sword tightly as its energy glowed, charging straight for the power monster. And to no one's surprise, the monster collapsed in pain as the system chimed, announcing a deduction. Minus 35,000 constitution points from the overlord monster. Cao Long screamed in amazement. It's dead? It had 35,000 HP, and it got one-shotted? Chu Ying was just as stunned. No cap. Comparing yourself to this guy will only make you mad. Right after, Cao Long spoke cheerfully. Chu Ying, if I ever doubt Bro Yang again, please do me a favor and slap me across the face. Thanks. Not one to disappoint. Chu Ying tilted her head and smiled. I guarantee you'll be satisfied. The three of them, with their superhuman strength, teamed up to attack the monsters. The system's notification rang out. Congratulations to Yangyang's team of beast tamers for setting a new record in the man-eating demon instance. Time: 18 seconds. You've received the record-breaking reward of 1,000 heavenly dragon coins and 10 academic credits. Please continue to work hard. The moment he saw the system display, Cao Long's eyes lit up as he eagerly shook Chu Ying's hand. We're rich! We're rich! Chu Ying was just as happy, grinning from ear to ear. We're totally loaded now. But their excitement was cut short by an innocent Yangyang. Isn't it just 1,000 heavenly dragon coins and 10 academic credits? Is it really that big of a deal? They both turned to look at him. Cao Long narrowed his eyes and his tone changed. Do you have any idea how hard it is to earn academic credits? Chu Ying's lips curled into a mischievous smile. What was that you said? Seeing their reaction, Yangyang's head was filled with question marks. Is it? Chu Ying asked slowly. How many academic credits do you have right now? He smiled and answered honestly. Not a lot. Only about 380. The moment Yangyang finished speaking, both of them stared with their eyes wide and jaws on the floor. Chu Ying stammered, How many? Yangyang just shrugged. What's the big deal? Is that a lot? Zhu Ying was floored. Is that a lot? Bro, 30% of college grads can't even break 100 points. You've been here for barely a week and you've already racked up almost 400 points. You think that's not a lot? Gao Long scrambled over and grabbed his legs. Yang bro, from this day on, you're not my big bro anymore. You're my daddy. Please be my sugar daddy. Hearing that shameless boot-licking, Yangyang sent him flying with a single kick. Get lost. I'm not into dudes. Anyway, I heard from Miss Tong that these credit points are the key to getting into all sorts of high-level places. What kind of high-level places? Gao Long immediately puffed out his cheeks, trying to look cute. Oh my god, even someone as badass as you doesn't know everything, Yang bro. Yangyang raised his foot, threatening to kick him again. Cut the crap and spit it out. Still pouting, Gao Long raised an eyebrow and started talking. Credit points can get you into the credit palace. Yangyang was totally lost, having never heard that term before. The credit palace? He quickly explained. Yeah, that's right. Inside, you can find all kinds of rare gear and supplies. Each floor has a different credit point requirement. The more points you have, the better the loot, obviously. This sounded pretty interesting to Yangyang, so that's how it works. Cool, I'll go check it out later. But Zhu Ying warned him, don't get your hopes up just yet. The credit points just get you in the door to see the stuff. Without Tianlong coins, you can't actually buy anything. Gao Long chimed in, agreeing with Zhu Ying. She's right, Yang bro. How many Tianlong coins you got? Let me check for you. He thought for a second. Around 35,500. Holy crap. That number made both of them stare with their jaws on the floor. 35,500? Holy moly. Yangyang slammed his foot on the ground, basically activating the system. Instantly, the system teleported the three of them in front of a massive palace. A system notification popped up with an alert. Sufficient credit points detected. Proceed to enter? He looked at the screen and replied with zero hesitation, yes. And just like that, the doors creaked open, blasting out a magical surge of light. Right in front of Yangyang were a bunch of other people who had just enough credits to get in. On the first floor of the credit palace, everyone was scattered around, checking stuff out. Everyone was glued to their system displays. Whoa, this gear is sick. I need some defense items, but damn, this is expensive. Is there anything cheaper? Just then, some dude named Zi Cheng shouted out, "This piece of gear gives a huge attack power boost. If I equip this, I'll be able to absolutely shred everything." Hearing this guy yelling his head off made Yangyang curious, so he poked his head over. How big of a boost? The guy looked annoyed, but answered reluctantly. 1 point. Yangyang casually glanced at the guy's system screen and said slowly, "It costs 100 coins for that? That's not even as good as the junk that drops when I'm grinding mobs." That comment from Yangyang made the guy flip out. "Hey, who are you trying to fool? If you're so tough, then show me what you've got." Yangyang just casually held out his palm as energy flared to life. "Here's one, and this one. Oh, and this one too." The dude's jaw hit the floor. Holy crap, 1,000 spirit power, a 50% strength boost, and a 150% constitution buff? My bad, bro, I was out of line. Seriously, what dungeon did you run to get cracked loot like that? Yangyang put a hand on his shoulder and warned him, "For your own safety, it's better you don't know." He sighed, "Man, there's nothing good on this first floor." With that said, Yangyang coolly walked over to the next door. A system prompt immediately popped up. Entry to the second floor requires 100 credit points. "Do you wish to proceed?" He answered loud and clear. "Yes." Right after, he casually walked up the steps and opened the next door. Asterisk, ding, asterisk. He successfully entered the next level of the credit palace. The second floor was decked out with some ancient-looking architecture. The main color scheme was a soft gold. Yangyang looked around, impressed. Whoa, this floor is way more high class. He strolled around casually with his hands in his pockets, checking out the items in the display cases. Suddenly, he was shocked. No way, they've even got basic skill upgrade scrolls and basic EXP charms. Activate basic EXP charm. Beast tamers receive 1.5 times experience points. Duration: 12 hours. Price: 2,000 Tianlong coins. As for the basic skill upgrade scroll, it's used to upgrade skills, but only active skills below level 10. Price: 5,000 Tianlong coins. Yangyang laughed out loud. "If I buy 5 EXP charms, I'll be power leveling to level 20 at the speed of light, no cap." He decisively slammed the button for 5 EXP charms on the system screen. The system chimed again. Confirm purchase of 5 basic EXP charms. Total: 10,000 Tianlong coins. Confirm purchase. Yangyang tapped the buy button, but after staring at the screen for a second, he hesitated and then spoke again. "I'll buy 2 skill upgrade scrolls too." Wait a minute. If the items on the second floor are already this insane, then wouldn't the third floor be completely broken? I'll just buy one more thing first. Just then, an arch of light formed around him. As soon as he made the deal with the system, a bright light formed a gateway to the next floor. Bakthan's eyes went wide with shock. Am I seeing things? That freshman is already on the third floor. Triyu was just as stunned. I've been studying here for 3 years, and this is the first time I've ever seen someone make it to the third floor. Is this kid hacking or something? Lam Sang looked up and added, "For all we know, the principal could be his dad." Suddenly, on the other side of campus, the man himself let out a sneeze. As if on cue, his face turned gloomy. "Am I catching a cold?" he muttered. The scene then cuts to the third floor item hall. Duong was practically drooling over the display cases filled with items. He spotted a golden piece of equipment, and his voice filled with excitement. "Holy crap, the third floor is on a whole different level. This gear is insane. But damn, it's expensive. 1 piece of armor is 10,000 coins. I'd better check out the other stuff first." After wandering around the third floor for a bit, Duong saw a purple experience talisman on display. He was shocked. No way, they even have mid-grade experience scrolls. If I'd known, I wouldn't have bought that stack of basic ones. The system screen displayed the details. Mid-grade experience scroll increases EXP gain for the beast tamer by 3 times. Duration: 24 hours. Price: 10,000 Tianlong coins. Gritting his teeth, he made a decision. I have to. I'm buying 2 more of these mid-grade scrolls, or it'll be a huge loss. The moment he finished speaking, he tapped the confirmation button on the system screen. Immediately, a familiar chime rang out. 500 Tianlong coins. Hearing the system notification, Duong felt a wave of relief and broke into a wide smile. With his shopping done, the scene shifts to a lush primeval forest under a clear blue sky. He carefully took out a basic skill upgrade scroll, preparing to perform an action. With sharp eyes, he slowly gave the command, "Upgrade Beast Summoning." In an instant, a magical light erupted around Duong. Beast summoning has been upgraded to level 4. Just then, a system notification popped up. Beast slots, 5 out of 6. He was bursting with excitement. The 6th one is here. Let's see what I get. He gently unleashed a wave of powerful energy. He was activating the new beast summoning mechanic, his heart filled with anticipation. Soon, a massive, swirling vortex of crimson energy filled the sky. It looked absolutely terrifying. Duong looked up, shouting in a mix of fear and awe. That vortex is insane. Am I about to summon some kind of super badass monster? From within the fiery red sky, a massive foot began to emerge. It belonged to some new beast, and the suspense was killing him. To everyone's surprise, it was Tao Wu that was slowly being revealed. Its ferocious face appeared in the middle of the swirling red vortex. Duong was so tense that beads of sweat dripped down his face. He stammered, unable to believe his eyes. No way. The Beast King? Tao Wu? Damage stacking. Damage over time. And it debuffs all the enemy's stats? That's seriously OP. The system introduced the beast by its name, Tao Wu. Rank SSS, level 1, 1 star. Stats, 1,500 strength, 1,000 agility, 700 spirit, and 3,000 constitution. He burst out laughing with joy, his eyes fixed on Tao Wu. Aside from its spirit being a little low, this thing is a literal war machine. Duong projected his energy to open a portal, allowing Tao Wu to be smoothly added to his beast collection. He clenched his fist, a look of pure determination on his face. I've got to use my time wisely and get this thing leveled up. The scene cuts to the next day. At a grand palace-like fortress, Duong strolled in casually and said to himself, "All right, let's see if there are any more rewarding dungeons." Duong was standing in front of an object, radiating a brilliant energy, suggesting its stats were quite high. The system quickly provided the info. Dungeon name, Poisonous Snake Valley. Monster level, 2. Entry condition, below level 25. Cost, 300 Tianlong coins. Fastest record, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Team info, Li Qing. Cooldown, none. Duong stroked his chin, thinking for a moment, then said, a level 22 intermediate dungeon, Poisonous Snake Valley. Yeah, I'll go with this one. At that moment, a portal to the dungeon opened up, and Duong calmly walked inside. He was instantly teleported to another space. He was surrounded by mountains and rocks. Duong quickly took out an experience talisman and said in a deep voice, "Use basic experience scroll." He held out the scroll, and just like that, it was incinerated. It burned away in Duong's superhuman energy. At that moment, the entire area was shrouded in dark energy. Swarms of snakes materialized and charged towards him. Seeing his chance, Duong commanded Tao Wu and Xingtian to attack. After receiving the order, the two beasts, their combat stats now upgraded, quickly moved to wipe out the swarms of snakes. Duong stood to the side with a satisfied smile. Using that experience scroll really makes a huge difference. The EXP gain is way higher now. Awesome, I leveled up. Just then, in the middle of the mountain den, the 5-step Snake King appeared, its massive form flicking its long tongue out towards them. Yangyang yelled, "Aprazal," and just like that, the 5-step Snake King was instantly petrified. The system screen popped up. The new monster, a 5-step Snake King, a leader rank beast at level 21, 1 star. But what's insane are its active skills. A terrifying horizontal sweep and bite. Yangyang was shocked, yelling, "Holy crap, its stats are almost on par with a level 16 Calamity class beast. Go, show me what you've got." The enraged Tao Wu lunged forward, viciously tearing into the 5-step Snake King's body, making it roar in agony. After a brutal assault, Tao Wu quickly retreated. The snake stuck out its long, slithering tongue. Unsurprisingly, the 5-step Snake King screamed in pain as its physical stats plummeted, with constant notifications from the system. Yangyang smirked arrogantly. "Damn, this guy's a solo king, no cap. Just give it a little time, and it can stack its damage to insane levels." Suddenly, in the vast open space, a massive explosion shattered the silence. And just like that, the 5-step Snake King, completely exhausted, collapsed to the ground. Immediately, the loot for defeating the 5-step Snake King materialized. Level 22, plus 50,000 experience. Congratulations, you have leveled up to 17. Yangyang noted the epic grade equipment. Then, the system screen displayed the info. 5-step Snake King's dagger, epic rank. Strength plus 700. Speed plus 1000. Critical damage increased by 250%. And get this, Backstabs are a guaranteed crit. Immediately, Yangyang was surrounded by the dazzling light of an equipment upgrade. He held the sleek, sharp blade and slowly spoke. High attack. Fast speed. This is better than any dagger I've ever had. Let's store it. Just then, the system displayed a prompt asking if Yangyang wanted to enter a hidden dungeon. Hearing such a weird keyword, his mood lit up like the stars. A hidden dungeon? The name alone screams high-tier loot. Let's check it out. Friendly reminder, monsters in the hidden dungeon have their stats buffed by 6 times. Proceed with caution. Leaving the hidden dungeon will be considered forfeiting. Yangyang's beasts also appeared right on time, lunging forward at incredible speed. Yangyang was also knocked back by a blast of blue energy, leaving him suspended in midair. Yangyang stared blankly at the dusty, hazy space in front of him. What the hell was that? Appraisal, plus 20% movement speed. No wonder I got hit before I even saw what it was. Name, Wind Serpent. Rank, Hidden Monster. Shadow Enhanced, level 21, 1 star. At that moment, the Wind Serpent, hovering in the air, flicked its long tongue as if it wanted to swallow him whole. His sharp eyes fixed on it as he said coldly, "Ice fog." But the ice fog had no effect on them, and other snakes swarmed in. Xingtian and Taowu were fighting with everything they had against the ferocious snakes. The battle created a thick, suffocatingly tense atmosphere. Seeing the wind serpent get closer, Yangyang was absolutely terrified. He never expected a snake to be immune to ice fog. At that moment, amidst the thick dust and smoke, Zhulong appeared, decisively slamming the wind serpent to the ground. Seeing this, Yangyang patted Zhulong's head in praise. Nice job. No matter what immunity buff you have, it's not tougher than our Zhulong's claws. Let's go. Time to raid the boss's lair. Yangyang stood there, staring dumbfounded at the swarms of snakes, their long tongues flicking in the air. He smirked. So many guards. The boss has got to be inside this ravine. Charge, tear them to shreds. The enraged Xingtian charged in, attacking the snake guards without hesitation. But the snake guards counterattacked, clamping down hard on Xingtian's sword. He was surprised. It didn't even cut through. Xingtian's strength is almost at 100,000. Appraisal. Immunity to 80% of physical damage, and it has 50,000 health points. Xingtian's attacks won't scratch it, but having strong physical immunity has a fatal flaw. They're extremely weak too. Mental damage. Soul Rend. A blast of purple energy shot out, looking like it was about to choke the monsters and send them straight to hell. Xingtian stared blankly as the vicious star serpent licked its massive hand. Over on the side, Yangyang's lips curved into a smile. Heh, when it comes down to it, you've still got to rely on yourself. 20 minutes later, within a glowing pink energy, a beautiful lotus flower bloomed. His sharp eyes narrowed as his cold voice rang out. Hey boss, where you at? Come out and pick your poison. The beautiful lotus flower began to emit a blinding light, and just like that, it grew bigger and bigger, expanding rapidly. That pink and purple energy now covered the entire sky, transforming into a swirling dark purple. Suddenly, it detonated in a massive explosion. The loud noise drew Yangyang's attention to the ferocious, soul-devouring Serpent King, its long tongue flicking out. As it faced him, he stared, stunned, as the Serpent King got closer and closer, and he could only mutter in awe. It's huge. Appraisal. Then the system screen appeared. Name, Soul-Devouring, Serpent King, level 22, King rank, Monster. Passive skill, Soul Devour. Active skills, Fury Paralysis, Brutal Feast. With these stats, an insane amount of spiritual power, Yangyang stared at the screen, stunned, and slowly said, it stacked 20 layers of spells and directly slashes the target. How broken is that? The beast stuck out its long tongue, releasing a wave of toxic energy. The corrupted energy spread everywhere. He casually took out a purple gem, getting ready to absorb it all. Right after that, Yangyang unleashed a new technique, slowly chanting, Soul Tear. A beam of light shot out from the gem, right into the Soul Devourer's mouth. The beast let out a savage roar, the sound completely overwhelming the area. Yangyang gritted his teeth, his fists clenched and his eyes sharp. Damn it, it's too slow. I can't beat it. Zhulong. Right after that, Zhulong appeared, spitting out a ball of light straight at the Soul Devourer. The entire area was engulfed in a powerful, dazzling golden light from Zhulong's attack, but the Soul Devourer's protective barrier instantly blocked it. The Soul Devourer's aura quickly recovered, becoming even stronger than before. He gritted his teeth, knowing he couldn't keep attacking blindly. Golden Toad, mobilize. Instantly, from the Golden Toad's mouth, a stream of summoning energy erupted. With everyone gathered, Yangyang's beasts prepared to launch their attack. The Golden Toad opened its mouth wide, generating a massive energy blast. Behind Yangyang stood his powerful beasts. He gave the order, everyone, full power, hold back the Serpent King. Facing them was a massive, vicious snake, flicking its long tongue. Xingtian charged forward with his massive shield. The Serpent King unleashed a huge cloud of toxic gas, and immediately, a blazing red orb formed in its mouth. The Serpent King's eyes flashed wildly as its own eye was hit, causing green goo to ooze out. Yangyang seized the moment. Now's our chance. Zhulong, help me out. Hearing its master's call, Zhulong immediately drew near. Yangyang leaped onto the Serpent King's back to get into position, grabbing onto its massive scales. As the beast thrashed around, his body swayed with adrenaline. Once he was in position on the Serpent King, Yangyang unleashed his ice mist skill. A wave of freezing cold shot out from his hand. After a moment, as the frost began to fade, Yangyang's expression was dead serious. He struggled to crawl higher up the Serpent King's body, muttering with effort, "Its weak spot is right here." Reaching the perfect position, he swiftly drew his sword and plunged it deep into the Serpent King's body, piercing through its tough scales. The beast shrieked in agony from the surprise attack, its cry echoing everywhere. A moment later, it collapsed to the ground, dead. The Serpent King's body was quickly covered in a layer of green moss. The system notification popped up. Defeated level 22 Soul Devourer Serpent King. Received 3 evolution stones for Beast Star Up. Yangyang seriously looked at his status screen, while his combat power skyrocketed. He took the 3 evolution stones. Jade, Golden Toad. Breakthrough. Instantly, a massive surge of power flowed into the beast. Zhulong, Xingtian, and the Toad all absorbed the energy. Yangyang watched them, beaming with pride. "So badass," he said. "All right, guys, let's go grind a few more rounds." After that, they dove into one dungeon after another. Every instance was a chaotic free-for-all, constantly boosting their physical strength. After a while, Yangyang's group arrived at the insect caverns. He ran a hand through his hair and let out a tired sigh. "Man, I'm beat." Just then, Chen Tian walked up. "Yangyang, someone's waiting for you at Fantasy Park, just outside of campus. They asked me to come get you." Yangyang turned, surprised. "Who is it?" he asked. The guy replied, "I dunno. They just said they had something important to tell you." Yangyang nodded. "Thanks, I'm heading there now." As soon as Yangyang was gone, Chen Tian's expression changed, breaking into a sinister grin. He pulled out his phone and made a call. "Get ready, he's on his way." A little while later, in the quiet fantasy park, Yangyang was looking around, confused. Where is this person? He searched all over, completely unaware of the danger lurking behind him. Just then, a trembling hand clutched a knife tightly. The shadow of the attacker, knife in hand, fell over the ground, right by Yangyang's feet. Sensing the movement behind him, he spun around. The blade sliced his arm, and blood immediately started to flow. Yangyang stared at his attacker. "Wong Hao, I've already spared your life twice, and a little punk like you still has the nerve to come after me?" The guy screamed back in fury. "So what? Today's the day you die." Yangyang angrily began to cast a spell. "We'll see if you have what it takes." Suddenly, a loud voice shouted from behind them. "Stop!" It was Qi Sheng from the Sky Dragon Academy. Wong Hao pointed. "Senior, that's him. That's Yangyang." Qi Sheng sneered. "You little punk, making me go through all this trouble to deal with you. You can die feeling proud." Yangyang's face darkened. "Looks like I'll have to take out a few more pieces of trash today," he shot back. Qi Sheng waved his hand dismissively. "Big words. Summon your beasts for me." His goons behind him shouted in unison, "Yes, sir!" Instantly, their beasts were summoned, slowly advancing on Yangyang with immense pressure. Qi Sheng smirked. "You little mutt. Get on your knees and beg my boys for forgiveness right now. Do that, and I'll make your death quick." Wong Hao chimed in. "You hear that? If you don't, your death is going to be real ugly." Duang Duang calmly raises his hand to summon his beasts. In an instant, a massive storm erupts in the park. At his command, all of Duang Duang's beasts appear at once. He smirks. "Are you sure you can finish me?" Qi Sheng stares in absolute terror at the spectacle before him. 5 top-tier beasts. He just gets pissed. No matter how cracked you are, you're still just a piece of level 20 trash. All of us are level 30 beast masters. You think we're scared of you? Everyone forward. Let's waste this little punk. Duang Duang's eyes turn ice cold. Asterisk. They're asking to die. Asterisk. After that, the only thing left was the sound of blood-curdling screams. Help me. One by one, their beasts are critically injured and knocked unconscious. As for the thugs themselves, they're all sprawled out on the cold ground. Wong Hao scrambles back in fear. Brother Duong, I won't do it again, please. Just spare me. He gets up and immediately drops to his knees, begging, I was blind. Please, just let me go. Wong Hao repeatedly kowtows, pleading for his life. Duong's voice is chillingly calm. Too late. I already gave you a chance, didn't I? He stands there like a total badass and orders his beast to attack the bamboo dragon. In that single moment, it unleashes a massive torrent of fire. The man's body is instantly incinerated. Opposite him stands an ice-cold Duong, radiating pure killing intent. Suddenly, his keen senses pick something up. Something is coming. Duong feels uneasy. Asterisk. This aura. It's Juga Kongming. Asterisk. The bamboo dragon opens its mouth wide towards Duong, blasting him to the ground in a cloud of dust and debris. He plays dead on the ground, sticking his tongue out a little. On the other side, two old men have just landed. Seeing Wong Hao lying motionless on the ground, one of them panics. Hower. The boy's eyes are rolled back, his mouth agape. The old man's trembling hands reach out. Tears stream down Wang Liang's face. My son, what a horrible death. Just then, he turns and sees Duong in the same state. In a flash of rage, he lunges forward, grabs Duong by the collar, and yanks him up, screaming, it was definitely this little bastard who did it. Just then, Duong's eyes flutter open as he begs for help. Help me. A hand comes down and pats Wang Liang on the shoulder. Zhuge steps in. Wang Liang, let him go for a moment. Let me ask what happened here first. The guy looks totally smug, as if everything is obvious. Director Zhuge, the truth is right in front of you. What else is there to ask? Once again, he points a finger at our boy, shouting, this little mutt defied the rules and massacred his fellow students. He must be tortured, given the harshest punishment. Duong puts on a sad face and tries to explain. Supervisor Wang, you're giving me way too much credit. I'm just a noob who barely hit level 20. Your nephews are all beast masters at level 30 or higher. How could I possibly kill them? Hearing this, Zhuge agrees with him. That's right. These students were all top talents recommended by our school. Insanely powerful. There's no way Duong could handle so many of them alone. He then turns to Duong and asks, so, what exactly happened here? Duong puts on a serious face and recounts his tale. It was like this. Someone called me to the park saying they wanted to talk, but the moment I got here, I was ambushed by a group of men in black. At this point, his voice fills with rage. In that critical moment, seniors Qi Sheng and Wang Hao appeared. They immediately jumped in to save me. Summing up the battle, he delivers the final line. It was a brutal fight. They fought to the death without retreating, and in the end, they were all killed in action. The old guy still doesn't buy it and spews some nasty words. You're lying. Why would my nephew risk his life to save you? Annoyed, Duong doesn't even bother arguing. That's the truth. I hope the director will deliver a fair judgment. Ignoring them both, Zhuge thoughtfully analyzes the situation. With no witnesses left alive, this is not an easy case to judge. But Wang Liang's mouth won't stop running. Judge my ass. There are no traces left by any men in black here. That proves you made the whole thing up to trick me. Then, he lunges forward to attack. Today, I'll make you pay for my nephew's life with your own. But his hand is blocked, and he gets thrown back. Absolutely furious, Zhuge drops all pretenses. Wang Liang, you dare try to kill one of my students right in front of me, Juga Kongming? Are you trying to disrespect me? Wiping blood from the corner of his mouth, the guy retorts, are you trying to protect him? Zhuge's voice drops to a menacing whisper, warning Wang Liang to back the hell off. Duong is a member of the Heavenly Dragon Academy. It's not your place as an outsider to throw your weight around. With no one on his side, the furious old man picks up his nephew's body. Fine. Duong, consider yourself lucky today. We'll see about this. And with that, he flies away. After he leaves, Duong clutches his injured arm and weakly calls out to the principal. But before he can say anything, Zhuge grabs him by the collar. Shut up and follow me. A bright flash of light streaks across the sky. Hey, be gentle, sir. I'm still injured here. The scene shifts to the principal's office. Here, Zhuge finally unleashes his anger. Talk. What really happened? If you lie even once, don't blame me for what happens next. Duong seems to be trembling slightly. I'll tell you. As time goes on, the story comes to an end. And that's what happened. Furious, Zhuge slams his fist on the table. You really have the nerve to cause such a mess. Seeing his rage, Duong clasps his hand. Principal, it was legitimate self-defense. Please, let me off. The principal's brow furrows as he bellows. You bastard. You call this self-defense? Remorsefully, Duong can't eat. Look, I honestly didn't mean to. Who knew they'd just die from a single tap? But the principal wasn't having it and just told him to get lost. The school has rules. You're getting 1 month of detention. No leaving campus. Turning away, he just deadpans. That's it? And immediately gets a whack on the head. What's that? You think the punishment's too light or something? He rubs his head, throwing his hands up. Ow. Wouldn't dare. Wouldn't dare. Our great principal is wise and powerful. The old man just sighs, totally helpless against this kid. You're already level 20 now, which means it's time for your class change. Full of fighting spirit, despite the new bump on his head, he's hoping the principal will show him the way. But his nonchalant attitude just pisses the principal off even more. What do you know about the otherworldly rift? Yangyang, not one to back down, fires right back. Isn't that just some fairy tale crap? Turning away, the principal gets serious. No, it's very real. It's a mysterious dimension that exists outside our world. A war zone where humanity fights against terrifying creatures from the abyss, the fog, and the calamity. The kid's eyes widen as he gets it. Don't tell me you want ME too? The principal's face is stone cold. I do. I want you to go to the otherworldly rift and complete the mythic class change. But then, out of nowhere, the kid asks the most unexpected question. What's a mythic class change? The principal pulls up the different types of superclass changes, which are split into 5 difficulties. There's normal, elite, superior, legendary, and mythic. He taps on the purple option, the one he was aiming for, Mythic, and starts to explain. Mythic is the single hardest class change there is, but if you pull it off, the bonus stat rewards are absolutely insane. He materializes a chart out of thin air. Most people think that after the 4th class change at level 100, becoming a Saint rank beast tamer is the top of the food chain. But the truth is, there's a realm even higher than that, God rank beast tamer. And here's the kicker. Only by clearing all 4 class changes on mythic difficulty do you even get a chance to break through to that level. He then gets back to Yangyang's insane progress. The power you've shown this last month has blown all my expectations out of the water. That's why I want to forge you into something no one has ever seen before. So, you in? For the first time, Yangyang looks genuinely hyped. Hell yeah, I'll take on the mythic difficulty class change. The principal nods, impressed, and hands him an emblem. Good. Take this class change emblem. It will evolve with you all the way to Saint Rank. A red screen pops up. These materials all look super familiar. Difficulty, merit points, materials, source. He hits the inventory button. Open inventory. Looking bored, he just shrugs. I've got all this stuff already. Can I just turn it in now? Hearing that, the principal just gives him a heads up. Sure, the materials are easy. It's the merit points that'll get you. That's when our boy starts sweating. Merit points? Do I have to, go to war for those? The old man's voice gets low. You're not ready for that. Confused, he scratches his head. So, how do I get him? The principal tells him he has to go back to the otherworldly rift by hunting the most powerful monsters inside. Without a second's hesitation, the kid turns to leave. All right, I'm on my way. Whoa, hold on, the principal yells, worried about his recklessness. That place is no joke. The best geniuses from every nation are there, and not all of them play nice. It's dangerous as hell. Wait until tomorrow morning. Elder Mo will take you. Yangyang sighs, defeated. Fine. The scene cuts to a castle as night turns to day. He walks out the main gate, yawns, and then just stops dead in his tracks. He's run smack into Mo Yan. Elder Mo, long time no see. The old man smiles when he sees him. My boy, I can't believe it's only been a month, and you're already level 20. Yangyang gets all awkward, trying to be humble. You give me too much credit. It took me this long just to hit level 20. It's kinda embarrassing. The old man just laughs. Kid, you haven't changed a bit. Still a terrible braggart. He walks up and claps him on the shoulder. Come on, let's go. An orange streak of light shoots across the sky. Elsewhere, an old man looks worried. Isn't this way too risky? He turns to the girl next to him, his voice grim. The monsters there are way more brutal than anything in a dungeon. Plus, you've got rivals from other nations watching your every move. They're like hungry wolves. One mistake, and it's game over for good. Yuega just calmly replies, I've been watching him secretly for the past month. His potential is completely off the charts. It doesn't follow logic. She says with total conviction, if the Dragon Nation is ever going to have a God rank beast tamer, I'm betting everything that it's going to be him. Cut to the great border of the Dragon Nation. Yangyang and Elder Mo are floating in a magic bubble. Elder Mo, is that the forbidden fog zone over there? The old man nods gravely. It is. Lately, the fog has been spreading faster than ever, and those monsters are getting bolder. He suddenly looks at Yangyang. I heard a rumor that when you did that ogre dungeon run, the calamity monster inside just instantly ranked up. Is that true? The kid gives a small smile. Yeah, Principal Juge thinks it might have something to do with the fog. Down on the ground, people are freaking out, seeing two figures just floating in the sky. This is just the beginning. The Dragon Nation is on the verge of a massive change. At a military base, a general greets Elder Mo. Elder Mo, what brings you all the way out here today? Elder Mo gestures to Yangyang. Marshal Chu, I'm here on official orders to bring Yangyang to the otherworldly rift. The kid's jaw drops. He's thinking, Marshal Chu? As in, the legendary god general of the Dragon Nation? Holy crap, this guy's aura is insane. The marshal sizing him up is on another level. So this is the kid? Junior Yangyang, at your service, Marshal Chu. The marshal cracks a smile, impressed. This kid got isekai'd here with a cracked beast taming system, and he's about to show everyone what SSS rank talent. Listen, kid, the dimensional rift isn't a playground. You think your god tier system is enough? I need to test your power. But Yangyang just smirks back, totally confident. The grind for pet, I get it. So how are you gonna test me? The marshal's face turns dead serious. Show me your stats. But now he's hesitating. I don't think that's a good idea. See, someone told me before that you should never reveal your beast's stats and talents to anyone. The marshal gets curious. And who told you that? Yangyang just shoves his hands in his pockets and casually drops a name. Lady Bai. Hearing that, the marshal is absolutely floored. He starts coughing to cover up how flustered he is. Ahem, well, if Lady Bai said so, then you'd better listen to her. Yangyang's thinking to himself, wait, Marshal Chu is a literal god of war, but even he has to listen to Lady Bai? Just what kind of insane powerhouse did I stumble upon? The three of them head outside the barracks. Follow me. They step inside a room. The general points to a machine and explains, hit this with everything you've got. You can use skills. Only damage over 10,000 counts as a pass. Elder Mo can't help but shout, 10,000? That's insanely high. The general just scowls, looking annoyed. The requirements to enter the dimensional rift are insane for a reason. If you're not strong enough, you're just going in there to die. Yangyang turns to reassure him. Don't worry, Elder Mo. I got this. A badass snake staff materializes in his hand. Equip, Black Serpent Staff. A blast of energy slams into the machine, soul rend, and a number pops up on the display. The general is stunned. He can't believe his eyes. Over 30,000? No way. He furiously kicks the machine, muttering, this piece of crap machine has to be broken, right? Yangyang turns to Elder Mo, totally confused. Wait, can these things even break? The marshal calmly explains, look, almost nobody in the Dragon Kingdom qualifies for the dimensional rift. This thing hasn't been used in forever. So it being broken is pretty normal. The general whips around and barks an order. Men, get in here and fix this device, now. Two armed guards in black tactical gear rush in. Sir, they immediately start checking the machine. The marshal turns back, his voice cold. Just wait, it'll be fixed in a second. Yangyang just quietly nods. Yes, sir. Then, one of the fully masked soldiers behind Marshal Chu speaks up hesitantly. Marshal, the machine is working perfectly. The marshal slowly turns his head, his face like ice. Yeah? If it's fixed, then get out. The soldier, his eyes wide, stresses the point. No, sir, it was never broken. Hearing that, the marshal is completely shocked. His jaw drops. Not? Broken? The soldier looks him dead in the eye. We've already run diagnostics 3 times, sir. All operational data is perfectly normal. Marshal Chu slowly turns, stone-faced, to look at Yangyang, who's just standing there dumbfounded. So, this kid, no cap, he actually dealt almost 40,000 damage. Yangyang just gives a sheepish smile and a humble wave. Well, my mental power stat is pretty high, and I have a skill that ignores defense, so when it crits, yeah, the damage gets a tiny boost. Hearing that, the marshal is just frozen on the spot, staring. A tiny boost? Bro, even for a level 30 beast. It's rare to see one break 10,000 damage with a skill, and this kid is only level 20 and he's already this broken. But trying to play it cool, Marshal Chu fakes a couple of coughs. Ahem. Well, consider the first test passed, but your real potential all comes down to the combat power of your beasts. Yangyang's eyes go wide with confusion. Wait, you want my beasts to attack the machine too? Marshal Chu immediately sprints over to shield the device, terrified. Are you crazy? What if you break it? This thing costs a fortune. The marshal calms himself down, walks over, and points to another device. Use this one. Just have your beast stand on it. The machine will calculate a score based on its 5 core stats, passive and active skills, and star rank, and it'll spit out a total combat score. He holds up 3 fingers, his expression grim. All you need is 3 beasts whose score is over 100,000. Then you pass. Hearing this, Yangyang breaks into a huge grin. Got it. Yangyang walks up to the machine, thinking to himself, no idea how this thing even calculates the score. Might as well test the waters with Xing Tian. A ball of orange light materializes in his hand. Come forth, Xing Tian, and a massive figure with its face on its torso appears behind him. Seeing this, the marshal freaks out all over again. Whoa, what the hell is that thing? Where's its head? Yangyang just laughs and starts to explain. He's called Xing Tian. He was born without a head. The marshal just waves his hand and shuts his eyes tight. Just go ahead. The creature's foot touches the platform. A moment later, a powerful surge of energy erupts from the machine. The digital display starts spinning like crazy, before landing on a final number. 227,650. Marshal Chu tilts his head, sweat dripping down his face. Elder Mo, are you absolutely sure this kid is only level 20? Elder Mo calmly replies, positive. In fact, he hasn't even had his first class change yet. His stats will get another massive boost after that. Shot up again. Duong kept his expression completely neutral. Director, so, one of my beasts has already surpassed the standard. Do we really need to continue testing? The man's annoyance was obvious, his brow furrowed. Of course. Just because one of your beasts is strong doesn't mean the other 2 aren't trash. Immediately, Duong summoned his next one, shouting, Dragon Turtle, a golden turtle covered in spikes suddenly materialized. Its golden aura lit up the entire room. Director So asked, Kid, are you sure you want to use this for your second test? Duong was confused. Is there a problem? Director So began his analysis. It's obviously a defense-type beast. Its combat power is pretty weak, so its score is probably going to be super low. Hearing that should have made him nervous, but Duong just grinned. Let's just see what happens. The man turned away and waved his hand dismissively. Fine, put it on the machine. The turtle gently sat on the device, which immediately lit up. The numbers on the display started climbing like crazy, finally stopping at the insane number of 160,820. Director So's eyes practically bugged out of his head. It was beyond imagination. Over 160,000? Before he could even process it, Old Mo just chuckled. That's pretty standard. But Director So, still not convinced, gave another order. Next, there's still one more. Duong rolled his eyes, thinking maybe he should tone it down a bit, afraid Director So might actually have a heart attack. A massive, enchanted golden toad appeared. A white-haired dude in the crowd looked totally shocked. Another top-tier beast? Is this kid running a damn beast wholesale business or something? The frog shot out its long, gleaming tongue. Then, another number popped up on the board. Duong looked at the director with a cocky grin. So, Director So, I guess you could say I passed the test, huh? A little embarrassed, the director coughed. All right, you passed. But Mo Yan behind him mentioned his dragon. Duong, I remember you still have a bamboo dragon, right? Why didn't you summon it? He rubbed his head, acting all shy. Well, I was afraid the equipment couldn't handle it, so I just summoned my 2 weakest ones. Hearing this, Director So started to panic. Wait a minute, that's way too much information to process. Weakest ones? What the hell do you mean by that? Smiling, Duong explained simply, it means I've still got 3 more, even more badass beasts. Director So got dead serious. Kid, listen, when you get into that dimensional space, remember to be humble and avoid bringing trouble on yourself. Got it? Duong clasped his hands in thanks. Thank you for the advice, Director So. I'll remember that. The 3 of them then walked out to the courtyard with a dimensional portal. He walked right up to it, stepped inside, and vanished. Mo Yan and Director So watched him go, relieved, and then the director spoke. He smirked. Looks like our Dragon Kingdom is about to make a comeback. The scene shifts to him, standing before the city. Fortress. Looking up, he was momentarily stunned. Black Dragon City. Inside, stalls were hawking items, shouting about their blowout sales. Giant lion head, 50 military merits apiece. Step right up, don't just walk on by, you can't miss this. As Duong walked, he took in all the sights and sounds around him. Seems pretty similar to the real world, he thought. Just then, some dude eyed him with suspicion. Humph. A guy from the Dragon Kingdom, huh? What a rare sight. Another girl scoffed. Am I seeing things? A level 20 actually dared to come to the alternate dimension? Another guy, holding a lion's head, sneered. This kid has no idea what he's getting into. In the alternate dimension, even the lowest level monsters are at least level 20. Duong just kept walking, listening to them chatter behind him. Hey, wanna bet on how long that little punk lasts? They started placing bets. I'll put my money on 2 days. Someone else upped the ante. I'll give him 3 days. Someone else laughed. Are you kidding? He won't even make it through 1 day. Even as his figure disappeared into the distance, they kept on talking smack. I heard the last guy from the Dragon Kingdom who came here. Well, it was a total disaster. He found a mystical-looking painting. This is it. It served as a sort of map. The level 25 Venomous Lizard Dungeon, the level 23 Merfolk Tribe Dungeon, and Black Dragon City. He began analyzing his surroundings. The thicker the fog, the higher the danger level. Looks like this area is a safe zone for now. And with that, he absorbed it into a small insignia. The entire painting, along with its purple magic, was sucked right in, listing the level 25 and level 23 dungeons. Turning to leave, he decided on the closest destination. The only materials I'm missing for my class change are a mermaid's tear and a venomous lizard's heart. Alright, let's start with the Merfolk Tribe Dungeon since it's the closest. He strode out of the city gates and into the thick fog. He was flanked by Xing Tian and the Dragon Turtle. Visibility ahead was practically zero, but honestly, the lack of vision just made him more excited. Man, this is actually kinda thrilling. Just then, a monster lunged forward, jaws wide open, and chomped down on the Dragon Turtle. Instantly, Duong ordered Xing Tian to counterattack. Xing Tian swung its massive axe, slamming it into the monster. The creature was sent flying, but holy crap, it took 0 damage. He was shocked. No damage? What the hell is going on? He immediately activated another skill with his eyes, appraisal. A red info panel popped up. 100% immunity to physical damage, weakness to elemental damage. It was for the monster right in front of him. The crystal armored insect beast, a level 23 elite monster. It listed its stats: strength, agility, spirit, constitution, and its passive skills. Active skills: crystal shell and Ti Jiao. Realizing he was at a disadvantage, Duong summoned Fei. Well, this sucks. Fei, I'm counting on you, bro. Fei opened its massive jaws and unleashed a torrent of pitch-black energy. The crystal-armored beast took the hit directly, and its health bar started draining like crazy. Finally, it couldn't take any more and collapsed to the ground. Duong just watched as the system notification popped up, confirming the kill. Killed the crystal armor beast, 0 EXP, +1 war point. Obtained a crystal armor beast tooth. He roared in anger. I get not getting any EXP before my class change, but why only 1 freaking war point? Duong's face fell as he clutched his head. At this rate, I'll have to kill 5,000 monsters just to get enough war points? Suddenly, a bunch of people came running from the distance, screaming for their lives. Help! Abyss monsters! Duong whipped his head around, confused. Abyss monsters? What are they running from? A bald dude tripped and ate dirt while running. Ah! Out of nowhere, a flying skull swooped in and chomped down on his head. It was a nether shadow walker, a terrifying skeleton with a floating skull, slowly closing in. Everyone scattered in terror. Brother Tian, we gotta find the guards of Black Dragon City, now. As the nether shadow walker got closer, Duong's eyes lit up. He immediately used his appraisal skill. A massive system window popped up. Duong was totally shocked after reading it. 100%. Immunity to elemental damage meant magic was completely useless. He turned to his 3 other beasts and said, "It's all up to you guys now." He gave the order, Jin Chan, get hyped. Tao Wu, use intimidate. Zhu Long, unleash every attack skill you've got. Jin Chan shot out its long tongue, creating a radiating shockwave of energy. Tao Wu and Zhu Long also roared, ready for battle, as a brilliant golden aura enveloped them. Tao Wu charged the Nether Shadow Walker at insane speed. Zhu Long opened its mouth and blasted a beam of energy right in its face. Its health bar plummeted instantly, and just a few seconds later, the thing collapsed, defeated. The system notification popped up. Defeated level 23 Nether Shadow Walker, 0 EXP, +5 war points. Duong's eyes went wide. 5 war points. Looks like the stronger the monster, the bigger the payout, he thought. The other guys cautiously came back, looking around. Hey, didn't you say there was an abyss monster? Where'd it go? It's right up ahead. They walked over and were completely stunned to see the corpse of the Nether Shadow Walker just lying there. How is this possible? It's already dead? A blonde dude asked in disbelief. Did some high-level whale just pass through here or something? Another guy with red hair chimed in. Wait, when we were running for our lives, wasn't there that one dude from the Dragon Kingdom here? You think he did it? He asked, frowning, but a guy with a buzz cut just sneered. Are you kidding me? Everyone from the Dragon Kingdom is a total weakling. He put his hands on his hips and scoffed. Just wait till the fog swallows the Dragon Kingdom. That whole place will be territory for us Brits. Another guy chimed in. All right, whatever. The abyss monster is dead. Let's go run the dungeon already. Stop wasting time here. Yeah, you're right. Meanwhile, Duong walked towards a crowded area when suddenly a voice called out. LFG, need one more. Looking for a strong support to carry through the normal difficulty dungeon. A pink-haired girl walked up to him. Hey, cutie, wanna party up? Duong completely ignored her and walked right towards the portal, waving back over his shoulder. Sorry, I'm used to solo grinding. A guy with bright green hair crossed his arms, looking pissed. Holy crap, is this guy for real or just flexing? He'll find out who's boss once he runs into a monster. But then, the pink-haired girl suddenly realized something. Hold on. Unless I'm seeing things, wasn't the light at that portal red? The green-haired guy's jaw dropped. Red? A red light means hell difficulty. Is this kid insane? Duong entered a vast, watery area swarming with small monsters. His eyes immediately lit up. So many mobs, he thought. Appraise. A system window appeared, and he muttered to himself, damn, their agility is crazy high. Getting swarmed by a crowd this big. Even if I don't die, it'll be exhausting. He smirked. But what if I just slowed them down? Duong held out his hand and cast Bone Ice Art. Razor-sharp icicles shot out, impaling the small monsters and killing them instantly. Zhulong and Xingtian appeared beside him. Duong casually stuffed his hands in his pockets. The rest are all yours. Xingtian charged forward, swinging his massive blade and cutting down several monsters in a single blow. The system notifications started rolling in. Killed level 23, Merman Warrior, 0 EXP, plus 2 war points. Then, Zhulong opened its mouth and unleashed a terrifying breath attack that instantly obliterated the mobs. The system chimed in again for Zhulong's kills. Killed level 23, Merman Warrior, 0 EXP, plus 2 war points. Duong watched his two beasts wreck house, grinning from ear to ear. Hell yeah, now this is how you farm war points. After wiping out all the mobs, he recalled his two beasts. Duong then walked over to a giant seashell. He eyed it and mumbled, "This must be the lair of the mermaid boss." Duong told Xingtian to crack it open. "Let's see if she's as beautiful as the fairy tales say." With all his might, Xingtian smashed his blade against the shell, causing it to crack. Instead of complimenting her, Duong just starts criticizing. Bro has zero game. The seashell slowly creaks open. A super hot mermaid figure appears through the mist. Duong immediately praises her. Whoa, she's a total beauty. As the mist clears, the mermaid's face is revealed. And holy crap. It's got these black monster gills and terrifying, blood-red eyes. Duong immediately pukes a rainbow. Bleh. His face turns gray with disappointment as he sighs. My eyes, they burn. Fairy tales are a total scam. That one word shatters the mermaid's heart, and she lets out an enraged scream. She then conjures a shining ring of light. Duong quickly uses a skill to block it. Soul Rend. A blast of energy shoots out, slamming right into the mermaid and making her wince in pain. Duong calls out to his two beasts, Xingtian, Zhulong. The mermaid extends a hand with razor-sharp claws, firing off small specks of light. Zhulong moves like the wind, instantly teleporting away. The mermaid queen's energy blasts hit nothing but empty air. Because Zhulong was already gone, it suddenly appears right in her face and blasts her with a brilliant beam of energy, nailing the mermaid queen. Xingtian quickly rushes in, slashing at her with his blade. System notification. Level 25. Mermaid Queen defeated. Experience points +0. Military merit +20. Mermaid's tier acquired. Duong grins excitedly. Got a mermaid's tier on the first try. Awesome. He looks at his system panel and starts calculating. A total of 480 military merit. He figures, at this rate, I might be able to complete my mythical class change by tomorrow. Just then, another group who'd clearly been searching for this place for a long time finally arrives. One of them points at Duong in shock. Bro, looks like that kid already killed the boss. The leader starts shaking with rage, cursing under his breath. You idiot, why is it someone from the dragon country? He points at Duong and yells, hey, you little punk, hand over your gear right now, or don't blame me for what happens next. Duong whips his head around, not backing down. You British guys are all the same. No matter where you go, you can't shake that despicable attitude. The other guy waves his hand, summoning a giant spider. Damn you, you're asking for it. Kill him for me. The spider immediately conjures a blast of energy, forming a ring. It fires the newly created ring straight at Duong. But our boy just stands there casually, hands in his pockets. The ring gets closer and closer, then slams right into him. The bald leader grins smugly. You little bastard, this is what you get for messing with me. But the spider's ring pops like a bubble. As the smoke clears, Duong is still standing there, completely unharmed. The guy is stunned. How are you? Not hurt. He seethes. You little punk, you're way too arrogant. A bright light glows behind Duong, and his beasts appear all at once, surrounding the other guys. One of the men cries out in shock. Those are 6 grade 1 beasts. The guy next to him trembles. Bro, I remember now. I think this is the kid from the dragon country who was next to the abyss demon. Another one shouts, what? You mean he's the one who killed the abyss demon? The leader starts rubbing his hands together, trying to suck up. My brother, it's all a misunderstanding. For the sake of the relationship between our two countries, let's just drop it, okay? Duong scoffs. Drop it? I've been wanting to deal with you British players for a long time. Today, I finally get my chance. As he says that, Zhulong and Xingtian charge forward simultaneously, leaving no one behind. A flash of light erupts and then fades. A digital panel appears in midair. 50 military merit. Killing people gives this much? Killed a British beastmaster. Military merit plus 50. He closes his eyes, feigning regret. Too bad I can't do this all the time. It'd be a huge pain if it caused a conflict between our countries. A blue vortex appears at his feet. It swirls around him, enveloping him in a sphere of energy. He looks at his control panel seriously. A map appears on the screen. Unique dungeon entry location, -1 military merit. As soon as he touches the panel, a blinding light flashes, startling him. Whoa, what's happening? He's suddenly teleported to another space. Where am I? In front of him is a purple portal. Unique dungeon. So military merit can be used for direct teleportation? That's insane. A woman notices him curiously. Someone from the dragon country. The man next to her scoffs. And he's a level 20 newbie coming here? This guy must have a death wish. He stands before the portal, leading to the other dimension. The two glance over at him before running towards it. Wang Qiang, hurry, let's go in too. The man asks, aren't we waiting for little Hay? The woman replies, no time. The two of them also enter the dimensional gate. They step out into another space. Where's that kid? Why can't I see him? The woman says, annoyed. Duong appears behind her, a blade at her neck. Looking for me? The man roars in anger. You little brat, the girl casually replied. Don't get the wrong idea. We're not hostile. We came to help you. He smirked, intrigued. Oh yeah? Let's hear it. She turned slightly and said, you must be the one Longguo sent in for the Mythic class change quest, right? He looked surprised. How did you know? She just smiled, like she knew everything. Talent from the Longguo nation is super rare. For you to be here for a class change at only level 20, you're definitely not some average genius. We're also from Longguo, so why not team up? One more person means a better shot at winning, right? He let her go and gave a wry smile. Oh, so that's it. My bad. She gave him a thumbs up. Being on guard is the only way to survive in a place like this. The guy next to her smiled in agreement. That's right. He grinned brightly and suggested, all right, let's party up. She suggested, this hell difficulty dungeon can hold 3 squads at once. To be safe, we should wait for the other teams to show up before we make a move. He turned away, annoyed. Too slow. The drop rate for gear is tied to our clear speed. I'm in a hurry. You two just follow me. She called out after him. He held out his hand, and a beam of light shot out, summoning his beasts. Golden light spread out as beasts materialized, surrounding the two dazed newcomers. They were both startled. The girl gave an awkward laugh. Well, that's great. The man was sweating bullets as he slowly spoke. Boss, I'm getting the feeling he doesn't really need our help, you know? She was at a loss for words. Have some confidence. Drop the getting the feeling part. Monsters started charging in, attacking like crazy. The Zhulong immediately unleashed a massive torrent of fire from its mouth. Yangyang dashed forward, his eyes carefully scanning everything. The pink-haired girl and the chubby guy already had plus points above their heads. Wang Qiang blurted out, "Holy crap, he's so strong, it's insane." Li Fei laughed loudly and said, "No wonder he can do the Mythic class change quest. Our Longguo nation is about to make a huge comeback. The dragon turtle, Xing Tian, and the rest of his beasts all lined up." He looked at them and smiled. Satisfied. "Awesome. You guys finally leveled up to 20. Suddenly, a sharp claw shot out at him from behind. The girl quickly yelled, "Look out! It's a shadow venom lizard." Without hesitating, she instantly launched a green snake from her hand. "Ching ching, go!" It shot out and took the hit for Yangyang, but the attack was too much, and it collapsed to the ground. He noticed it at the last second, his brows furrowing in anger. "You dare ambush me?" Without a second thought, he quickly cast a spell. A brilliant purple circle appeared. Soul Tear. The beam of power shot straight at the vile monster. It pierced right through it, leaving nothing behind. The system notification then popped up. Shadow Venom Lizard killed. +5 merit points, the chubby guy exclaimed in shock. He killed the monster in just one hit. The pink-haired girl slowly analyzed the situation. The Shadow Venom Lizard has extreme stats. Its strength and agility are high, but its constitution is super low. It's either kill the enemy instantly or get killed instantly. She knelt down beside her snake and gently touched it. The other guy looked on with pity. "So that's how it is. Too bad about your beast. I'm afraid it won't even last another hour." Just then, Yangyang smiled and announced, "I have a way." Her face was still full of helpless sadness. "It's useless. Healing potions don't work on the venom lizard's toxin," he said, holding out his hand as a soft pink light began to glow. "It's not a potion." A golden toad materialized next to his hand. Golden Toad's Blessing. It immediately opened its mouth and stuck out its long tongue, pushing out a small pearl from inside. The pearl slowly floated over to the snake resting in her hands. Watching all this unfold left the girl completely bewildered. What is this?" Yangyang calmly explained. "The golden toad is a mythic creature with healing abilities. It just hit level 20, so for it, the venom lizard's toxin is a piece of cake." The chubby guy cheered, hyping him up. "Holy smokes, bro, you're absolutely cracked." Yangyang just sheepishly scratched his head. It was nothing. The girl then walked up to him, held out her hand, and introduced herself. "I'm Li Fei. It's a pleasure to meet you." Without a second thought, he politely replied, "Yangyang." The other guy friendly threw an arm around Yangyang's shoulder. "I'm Wang Qiang, and from now on, you're my big bro." Having companions made him feel way happier, and he couldn't stop smiling. "All right, let's keep moving." Beams of light pierced through the withered branches of the forest canopy. Li Fei spoke first. "This is the place." His expression suddenly turned serious as he asked her, "The map says this is the venom lizard's lair, so where are they?" Wang Qiang scowled. "Be careful. The Lizard King is super cunning. It's probably hiding somewhere." The three of them stood close together, ready for anything. "It's coming." Just then, a dragon-like monster appeared with a deafening roar, and he immediately thought, a 70% damage reduction. Looks like normal attacks won't be effective against it. Let's try stacking damage. The red system panel appeared once again, displaying the monster's info. Yangyang instantly ordered his two biggest beasts to attack. Suddenly, my beasts Blood Flow, Fly, and Poison Gas attacked. One of them lunged forward, viciously tearing into the monster as its HP just kept dropping. The other unleashed a purple energy, enveloping its body. Lai Fi and Wang Kuang jumped in to back him up, shouting, "We've got your back." A snake and a scorpion materialized under a golden light. They started glowing, one green and one red, ready to strike. All the attacks slammed into it at once, making the monster howl in agony. The monster finally went down, and the system announced the kill. Level 30 Poison Scale, Lightning King, defeated. He focused on the system window, while Wang Kuang and Li Fei celebrated behind him. "It's over." Duong sighed, closing his eyes. "Damn, the poison lizard heart I wanted didn't drop. Was I not fast enough or something?" Wang Kuang smiled, trying to cheer him up. "No way, bro. I've never seen anyone faster than you, no cap." He gave a weak, frustrated smile. "Yeah, great compliment, but maybe save it for next time." Li Fei, standing next to them, couldn't help but burst out laughing. Asterisk, pff, asterisk. Wang Kuang said casually. "Hey, at least an upgrade stone dropped, right? That's still pretty decent." She chimed in. "He's right. Go on, figure out which beast you want to upgrade." Duong stroked his chin, lost in thought. "Ever since I got to this alternate dimension, all these monsters with physical and magic immunity have been a real pain to deal with. Zhulong, my two white-furred beasts, and the golden frog all waited for his decision. All right, I'll upgrade Zhulong. Zhulong has 2 skills, 1 magic attack and 1 physical. He finally reached out and picked it. Upgrading you makes the most sense. It was bathed in a multicolored light as it leveled up. He stared at the system window, thinking, holy crap, it got an all-around stat boost. Insane. It can even get the full buff from the Golden Toad skill now. Name, Zhulong. Total rank, level, astral power. Agility, spirit, constitution. Passive skills, active skills. Dragon's might, dragon scales. Eye of Zhulong, dragon's roar. Duong nodded, satisfied. Its raw power still isn't on Xingtian's level, but its overall combat effectiveness is just cracked. It's a true all-rounder beast. In his hand, a skill book glowed brightly. I already took the enhancement stone. So, who wants the skill book? Li-Fi waved her hands. No, it's fine. We already got a ton of EXP from this dungeon run. We can't take the gear too. Even Wang Kuang agreed with her. Yeah man, we can't just hog all the good stuff. You should just keep all the gear that drops. Hearing that, he smiled and slipped the book into his jacket pocket. All right then, if you guys ever want to grind for EXP, just hit me up anytime, she replied politely. Sounds good. He also replied cheerfully. Thanks, Duong. The 3 of them arrived at a lush, grassy area with a spatial rift shimmering in front of them. Suddenly, a red-haired guy came rushing over, yelling, Senior Fi. He ran right up to Li-Fi, shoving Duong out of the way. He grabbed her, looking her over. Are you hurt anywhere? Let me see. She just looked confused. I'm fine. The red-haired guy let out a sigh of relief, wiping sweat from his forehead. Thank God you're okay. I just got here and heard you guys went into a hell difficulty dungeon. You scared me half to death. Li-Fi gave him a friendly look. It was fine. We had Duong with us. The guy shot Duong a skeptical look. Duong? You mean this pretty boy? He doesn't look reliable at all. Duong just gestured calmly. If you want to know if I'm legit or not, why don't we just run it again? You and me. The guy pointed at him, scoffing loudly. I'm not going. This was just a lucky fluke. Only an idiot would follow you in there a second time. He crossed his arms, smirking. Besides, the dungeon's on cooldown. Duong didn't even bother looking at him, just fiddling with something in his hand. It's fine. I already fully charged my dimensional key before I came here. It's got plenty of charges. The red-haired guy burst out laughing, clutching his stomach and pointing. That's hilarious. Here, you have to use merit points to reset cooldowns. Using Tianlong currency is useless. What a total noob. Annoyed by his attitude, Li Fi frowned and snapped. Xiaohei, shut up. So, his name was Xiaohei. After getting told off, Xiaohei burst into tears. Senior Fi, how could you be mean to me for some guy you just met? She just ignored the whining Xiaohei and turned to Duong. Let's go. I know where the recharge station is. I'll take you. He happily agreed. All right. Wang Kurung couldn't resist teasing from behind. Looks like Senior Fi's ditched you, bro. Elsewhere, they arrived at a large, green-tinted area. A sign read, Item Shop. Duong stood in front of a machine. He thought for a second, then pressed the screen. 10 merit points can recharge 1 hour. A full recharge costs 500 merit points. He inserted the 10 merit points he just earned to get more time. He practically cried, there goes a whole day's work for nothing. Li Fi stood next to him, looking curious. Duong, since you're new here, you probably don't have a place to stay yet. Why don't you crash with us for a while? He replied politely, thanks, Senior Fi, I'd appreciate that. Just then, it began. Snow falls outside. The late-night city is covered in a blanket of white and the air is frigid. Yangyang sits in his room, skill book in hand, thinking to himself, I wonder what kind of crazy skill I'm going to get this time. The moment he opened the book, it exploded with a blinding light. Congratulations, you have obtained a high-level skill, Shadow Burst. A red system panel appeared. Shadow Burst. Unleash the power of darkness, dealing damage equal to 200% of basic attack power. If the target is eliminated, it will deal triple damage to all enemies within a 1-meter radius. He immediately realized what this meant. Nice, an AoE skill, huh? He stroked his chin, a confident smirk on his face. With the buff from my talent, that 1-meter radius gets boosted to a whopping 20 meters. Holy crap, the damage is going to be insane. Overwhelmed with joy, Yangyang flopped onto his soft bed and rolled around in excitement. I can't wait to test this out in a real fight. The scene shifts to vast, majestic mountains standing tall and proud. Yangyang stretched his arms with a bright smile. Man, that was a great sleep. His hand reached out and touched something. Huh? What's this? Yangyang frowned, confused, as he touched the soft, springy object. Fei, flustered and blushing, snapped, "Pervert!" Xiao Hei charged forward with a broomstick, ready to smack the so-called pervert. "Don't be scared, Sis Fei. I'll protect you." Fei, with a gentle posture, said softly, "It's nothing, Xiao Hei. You misheard." Yangyang, looking worried and a little tense, asked, "Fei, what are you doing in front of my room so early in the morning?" Fei blushed, her cheeks turning a cute pink as she said shyly, well, I'm about to break through to the next rank, and I was hoping you could carry me one more time." Fei spread her arms generously. "Don't worry, it won't be for free. I can pay you 200 military merits." Yangyang quickly replied, "No need for merits. I'm happy to help, thank you." The four of them stood before a giant tree with a deep hole at its base, pulsating with an alluring power. The Venom Plague Dungeon. Xiao Hei, looking annoyed, asked Fei, "Sis Fei, are you really gonna let this kid lead us through a dungeon? Can we even trust him?" Fei casually put on an air of authority. "Can you stop acting like such a country bumpkin who's never seen the world? Just watch my man Yangyang work his magic." Xiao Hei scowled, crossing his arms. "Fine, fine, fine. I, Lord Hei, will see just how you plan to lead us today." And with that, they all stepped into the swirling portal. 3 grotesque green monsters stood guard with spears. The group panicked at the sight of them. "Holy crap, look at all these monsters." A metallic golden aura flared around Xiao Hei as he summoned his beasts. Xiao Hei pulled 2 beasts from the portal, a long centipede and a ferocious wolf. He commanded them sternly, "Protect me well." Meanwhile, 2 other guys were sitting on a stone platform, just watching the show. Wang Qiang advised Heizi, "Stop torturing yourself, man. Come over here, eat some melon seeds, and take a break." Xiao Hei pointed at them furiously. "Are you two insane? You're just gonna sit here eating seeds? What's with the chill act?" The guy just casually pointed to the side. "Just look over there, bro." Yangyang had summoned his beasts, and they were all absolute VIPs with insane power. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 of them. Xiao Hei's jaw dropped, his eyes wide in disbelief. "Is this kid using hacks?" Wang Qiang casually offered again. "So, want a seed?" He shot him a death glare. "Yeah, fine." Fei was already getting sleepy and lethargic. "This is so boring." Xiao Hei raised his hand. "Next time, we should bring a deck of cards." Suddenly, a massive blast of energy shot towards the 3 of them. He yelled in panic. "A bomb? Who threw a bomb?" Yangyang just scratched his head and laughed. "Oh, I was just testing out that new skill I learned yesterday. I didn't expect it to be this powerful." Wang Qiang slapped Yangyang on the back. "With a move like that, we'll get the Venom Plague Heart for sure today." Xing Tian stomps the ground, the torch dragon breathes intense fire, and a monster lies dead on the ground, completely annihilated. A crimson panel appeared. "Congratulations, you have defeated the Venom Scale Plague King, plus 20 military merits. Obtained. Venom Plague Heart." Yangyang held the heart in his hand. Was it really that easy to take care of? Heizi, now super excited, practically begged Yangyang. Boss Yang, are you accepting new followers? I'm great at warming beds." Wang Qiang nudged someone. "This guy." He stopped sucking up to Sis Fei and switched to kissing Boss Yang's ass. Xiao Hei waved his hand dismissively. "Get lost. Am I the type of person to be so fickle?" Then Heizi threw his arms around both of them, grinning. "I want both of you. The 3 of us will live our best lives, stronger than anyone." The other 3 were completely bewildered, their heads spinning with helpless expressions. Li Fei pushed him away. "Get off me." White clouds drifted over high mountain peaks. As morning turned to dusk, darkness once again covered the land. Later, at the dinner table, Li Fei spoke up. "Yangyang, you've gathered all the materials you need. When are you planning on your class change?" Yangyang replied, "I'm still a little short on military merits. I'll just grind a few more dungeons in the next couple of days, and that should be enough." He rests his chin on his hand, thinking, still short on merit points, huh? Li Fei, Xiao Hei, and Wang Qiang give each other a knowing look, and then a system window pops up in front of him. It shows that the 3 of them have transferred 2 merit points to him. Yangyang looks at them, embarrassed. "Guys, what is this?" She explains, "It's a little something from us. You're the only person in the Dragon Nation qualified to undergo the mythical class change. You're carrying the hopes of our entire country. We're all counting on you to successfully change your class so we can fight back against that dense fog." He's touched. "Guys, I'm adding you all as friends right now." Xiao Hei cuts in. All right, that's enough. Don't get all mushy. After you change your class, you still have a class change dungeon you have to beat. And that dungeon is no joke." Yangyang nods politely. "I understand." He then pulls out a strange, divine-looking item. The Beast Tamer's first advancement chi refining system is activating. Yangyang's eyes go wide as he stares at the system. 9 stars? Li Fei gets curious. What'd you get? He answers. Wyvern Ridge, catastrophe difficulty. She hears this and screams. Wyvern Ridge? Hearing her tone, he's surprised. Is it that hard? Li Fei gets serious. Hard is an understatement, and you're just getting started. You probably haven't heard the legends about the Wyverns. Even though it's level 35, its difficulty is on par with a level 40 dungeon. A full party of level 40s once teamed up to clear it, but in the end, not a single one came back. No one has dared to try it since. Yangyang nods thoughtfully. Sounds like it's the real deal. She continues. You should just go for the legendary class change. The stats are worse, but the dungeon is way easier, he says, with determination. No, since I picked mythical, I'm seeing this through to the end. Hearing Yangyang's conviction, Li Fei is hesitant, but he puffs out his chest confidently. Don't worry. Even if I fail, I can protect myself. You don't need to worry about me. Li Fei can only sigh helplessly at his stubbornness. She takes out 2 treasures. Here, take these. He refuses. No, I can't. You already gave me merit points. How could I shamelessly take your Star Ascension stones too? She pushes them into his hand. They're just Star Ascension stones. I can always grind for more later. Right now, the most important thing is for you to get through the Wyvern Ridge dungeon safely. The glowing stones rest in his palm. Yangyang clenches his fist around them. Sister Fei, thank you. I'll definitely repay you for this in the future. Li Fei smiles. What's there to thank me for? In your hands, those stones will finally live up to their true potential. After their meal, he shoves his hands in his pockets and leaves. Yangyang stares at the stones, deep in thought. Wyvern Ridge. Monsters of the Wyvern type. The Zhulong is a pure-blooded dragon. It has an irresistible, intimidating power over all wyverns. He roars out his decision. Zhulong, you're the one. Inside, the beast immediately feels its body begin to evolve. A notification pops up. Congratulations, your beast has successfully ascended a star. Name, Zhulong. Rank, SSS. Star level, 5 stars. He grins, absolutely stoked with its current stats. This time, I can definitely conquer Wyvern Ridge. The next day, at the entrance to the dungeon, Yangyang and Li Fei say their goodbyes. He waves first. Sister Fei, I'm heading in. She pulls him into a hug and pleads, you have to come back alive, you hear me? Looking into Li Fei's worried eyes, Yangyang reassures her, don't worry. Then, he steps into the new land known as Wyvern Ridge. Yangyang's entire body goes on high alert. Suddenly, he's startled and yells, what the hell is that? Right in front of him, perched on a high branch, is a serpent king. It hisses aggressively, flicking its long tongue as it lunges toward him. He quickly summons his beast, Zhulong. It instantly appears, unleashing a massive blast of fire. The serpent monster refuses to back down, creating a shield to block the attack. Yangyang watches its body split apart in horror. Holy crap, it can do that? Finally, he raises his hand and casts a spell directly. Shadow Blast. The Serpent King is no slouch either, opening its mouth to form a massive orb of energy. Yangyang summons all his beasts and commands. I'm leaving it to you guys. The golden toad's body glows as it gathers power for an attack, while Jingtian unleashes a ferocious barrage with its weapons. Fei has slain the level 33 dragon beast, plus 2 merit points. Right after that, it took down several more massive monsters in quick succession. Yangyang complains, I literally just got here, and I'm already facing an attack this intense. Man, this Wyvern Ridge is no joke, for real. A while later, in a peaceful corner of the dungeon, he walks with a confident stride, his gaze scanning every last detail. Yangyang stares straight ahead, his expression instantly hardening. His entire body goes rigid as he shouts, that's the Tyrant Dragon King. In front of him, a vicious Tyrannosaurus Rex stomps forward. The dragon turtle quickly moves to shield him, but it gets sent flying by a single tail whip from the Dragon King. Yangyang yells in panic, Dragon Turtle! His eyes glow as he uses his appraisal skill. Yangyang is shocked by the info panel. 120,000. Strength, 200,000 constitution. With stats like these, even Zhulong is no match for it. The Dragon King snarls fiercely as it closes in on him. Yangyang quickly casts the Soul Rend spell. Immediately, the monster's body writhes in agony. Now, he orders his beasts, don't hold back, unleash every skill you've got. At that moment, all of Yangyang's beasts attack at once. Xingtian charged in, striking from above, while Zhulong unleashed a massive blast of fire to burn it. Not to be outdone, Long Gui jumped in to help. It moved in front of the Dragon King, acting as a shield to tank the damage and reflect it back. Yangyang got anxious. This is bad. Long Gui is the tank. Nothing can happen to it. He commanded, Jin Chan, use bamboo blessing to heal Long Gui. It immediately obeyed, opening its mouth wide. A massive surge of energy erupted. Long Gui's body was instantly restored by the healing. After a moment, its body was completely recovered. Meanwhile, Zhu Long relentlessly attacked the Dragon King, with Xing Tian joining in to take down this high-level boss. The system announced the defeat of the level 37 Silver Lotus Tyrant Dragon. Yangyang wiped the sweat from his brow, relieved. Holy crap, that was close. He excitedly looked at the stone in his hand. Another upgrade stone. Just then, Long Gui walked over, and Yangyang comforted it. Long Gui, you worked hard, bro. Suddenly, a green aura enveloped its body. The system announced, congratulations, beast upgrade successful. He was amazed. Its physique shot straight to 50,000. With Jin Chan's morale-boosting skill, couldn't that skyrocket to 150,000? Yangyang grinned. Hell yeah, now I don't have to worry about getting one-shotted anymore. A while later, he surveyed the area. As Yangyang scanned for the boss monster, a ferocious dragon-headed beast suddenly appeared. He felt a huge presence behind him. It's here. The white-armored earth dragon approached Yangyang. He was shocked. A royal rank monster. No wonder it could heavily damage 5 level 40 opponents. I grinded so hard to get here. It's do or die now. Yangyang pointed and commanded, Zhu Long, Dragon's Might, suppress it. In that instant, it created a barrier shield. The shield was both offensive and defensive against the white armor's attacks. The beast was relentlessly clawing at the shield, trying to break through. Meanwhile, Long Gui was stealthily moving closer. Seeing its body tremble, he comforted it. Long Gui, cancel the taunt. Don't try to tank it. The rest of you, rotate aggro and draw its fire. Yangyang's whole squad of beasts surrounded the royal rank white armor. Time flew by, and an hour had already passed. Xingtian, Zhu Long, and Fei were struggling against the beast before them. Yangyang bent over, panting. Its HP is way too high. It's impossible to kill. Suddenly, Zhu Long let out a deafening roar. Seeing this, Yangyang looked up and shouted excitedly, Did it level up again? Let's check its stats. The system panel instantly displayed, level 20. Passive skills, Dragon's Might level 4, Dragon Scales level 2, Dragon's Rage level 1. Intimidates non-pureblood dragons, reducing their power by 50%. Yangyang exclaimed with excitement, That's insane! This skill leveled up at the perfect time. He immediately waved his hand, ordering his beasts to charge. Zhu Long rushed forward. A second later, it lunged and roared right in the other dragon's face, releasing a blinding shockwave of sound. The other dragon was stunned by the roar, momentarily staggering backward. The system quickly announced, Congratulations to Beast Tamer Yangyang for completing the mythical class change trial by killing the beast. Received, primary skill upgrade scroll and white-armored earth dragon's war boots. With that done, Yangyang collapsed to the ground with a sigh. It's finally over. I seriously thought I was gonna die here. He held out his hand, summoning the 2 new treasures he'd acquired. The info panel displaying the stats for the white-armored earth dragon's war boots made Yangyang shout with excitement. Plus 2,000 spirit points and a 40% movement speed boost? No cap. These are basically a mini god tier item. He looked at the question on the screen. Change class to mythical? And yelled, With these boots, those monsters won't even see my taillights. Yangyang reached out and hit yes, risking my life for this. Finally, I can change my class. Then, his emblem began to glow, and the class change initiated. Yangyang's entire body was instantly lifted into the air. He looked down at the magic circle on the ground and shouted in amazement, This energy is insane! A moment later, the system's voice rang out. Congratulations, you have successfully changed to the mythical class. Yangyang clenched his fists, feeling the spiritual energy around him. Once it was done, he checked his updated info on the system panel. He said cheerfully, All my stats are boosted, and the number of beasts I can summon has increased to 8. Yangyang laughed out loud. So badass. All that grinding day after day was totally worth it. In a flash, night had fallen, and a full moon with twinkling stars filled the sky. At the class change hall, an announcement was made. A beast tamer has completed the first mythical difficulty class change, National Luck plus 2,000. Suddenly, someone dropped their broom. They looked up at the star and shouted, A mythical class change? The area was dead silent. At the same time, in the main hall of the headquarters, someone rushed in, shouting, This is bad. This is bad. Inside, Qin Bai, who was standing next to Wu Ji, saw this and said, "Old brother Zhao, why is your subordinate in such a panic?" The man looked at his subordinate and said, "Calm down. Tell me what happened, slowly." Model: "Sir, reporting. Someone has successfully completed the mythic class change." Qin Bai and Wu Ji just about jumped out of their skins, shouting in unison. "What?" A second later, he cleared his throat and commanded, "I understand. You're dismissed." The man obeyed. "Yes, sir." Qin Bai started freaking out, grabbing his head. "We're screwed. We're so screwed." Wu Ji frowned, trying to calm him down. "Bro, get a grip. Stop panicking like one of our grunts." He immediately shot back. "Get a grip? How the hell am I supposed to get a grip? Elder Mo was the one who sent Yangyang to that dimensional space. The guy who just completed the mythic class change. It's gotta be Yangyang, no cap." Qin Bai bit his nails, his whole body shaking. "What are we gonna do? Yangyang's insane talent is getting too obvious. Sooner or later, those guys' times are gonna notice him." Wu Ji raised his palm, summoning a blazing red orb. "Simple. We just won't let them find out about Yangyang." He looked down at the orb and gave an order. "Relay this command. Put a complete lockdown on all information regarding Yangyang's successful mythic class change." With that, Wu Ji clenched his fist, and the sphere of spiritual energy vanished. Meanwhile, Yangyang had been teleported back to the familiar forest. Li Fei appeared right there, her voice filled with concern. "Yangyang, how'd it go? Are you hurt? Was the class change a success?" He raised a hand, his entire body glowing with a badass aura as he smirked. Obviously, that instance was a total joke, a piece of cake. Hearing that, she broke into a huge, relieved smile. "Holy crap, you scared me. I seriously thought you weren't gonna make it out of there." Yangyang suddenly leaned in close, teasing, "Being so worried about me. You got a thing for me or something?" Her face went beet red as she shook her head, denying it. "In your dreams. I just didn't want my contribution points and star-up stones to go to waste. It's getting late, let's head back and get some rest." Yangyang casually shoved his hands into his pockets and gave a simple reply. All right, the scene shifts to a city of skyscrapers, where the sky was still bright with sun, and yet, in the blink of an eye, it suddenly plunged into darkness. Yangyang stood in a small park, muttering to himself, "All right, so I've finally hit level 20. Let's see what kind of skills I can awaken now."